A mutual enemy. If it's up to me, I'm choosing you. Up in the sky, we'll never lose.
Lock and unload, we precise. I will take your advice. Got this energy up, we will take home the prize. So come get it, play this game. Showing all your skills, bang bang.
Let's raise the bar, ready to start, we'll never stop. Together we're off the charts.
No doubt we will get that. Roll out, never sit back,
Let's raise the bar, ready to start, we'll never stop. Together we're off the charts. Yeah, I bet you will show them all your skills. Dive into your reality. Yeah, we can shape our own fantasy. Do it all, no adversity. Set the tone like it's set in stone. Dive into your reality. Yeah, we can shape our own fantasy. Do it all, no adversity. Set the tone like it's set in stone. Set in stone. Bang bang, we win. Set in stone. Bang bang, we win.
No matter what we will weather,
Any storm when we're together,
we can always aim for more. Yeah, it's that bang bang we love for you.
yeah. Set the tone like it's set in stone. That is your reality. Yeah, we can shape our own fantasy. Do it all, no adversity.
We gon' set the tone like it's set in stone.
Set in stone. Bang bang, we win. Set in stone.
Set the tone like it's set in stone.
Feel the pressure, jump is coming, coming.
You better watch out.
I'm on fire, baby, burn it, burn it.
Feel it.
MVP like no one knows it, knows it. I'm too good for you, I'm too good for you. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, it is time to bring the heat. We compete, got a mutual enemy. If it's up to me, I'm choosing you. Up in the sky, we'll never lose.
Lock and unload, we precise. I will take your advice. Got this energy up, we will take home the prize. So come get it, play this game. Showing all your skills, bang bang.
Let's raise the bar, ready to start, we'll never stop. Together we're off the charts.
No doubt we will get that. Roll out, never sit back,
Let's raise the bar, ready to start, we'll never stop. Together we're off the charts. Yeah, I bet you will show them all your skills. Dive into your reality. Yeah, we can shape our own fantasy. Do it all, no adversity. Set the tone like it's set in stone. Dive into your reality. Yeah, we can shape our own fantasy. Do it all, no adversity. Set the tone like it's set in stone. Set in stone. Bang, bang, we win. Set in stone. Bang, bang, we win.
No matter what we will weather,
Any storm when we're together,
we can always aim for more. Yeah, it's that bang bang we love for you.
yeah. Set the tone like it's set in stone. Dive into your reality. Yeah, we can shape our own fantasy. Do it all, no adversity.
We gon' set the tone like it's set in stone.
Set in stone. Bang, bang, we win. Set in stone.
Set the tone like it's set in stone.
Feel the pressure, trap is coming, coming.
You better watch out.
I'm on fire, baby, burn it, burn it.
Feel it.
Every beat like no one knows it, knows it. I'm too good for you, I'm too good for you. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, yeah, it's time to bring the heat. We compete, got a mutual enemy. If it's up to me, I'm choosing you. Up in the sky, we'll never lose.
Lock and unload, we precise. I will take your advice. Got this energy up, we will take home the prize. So come get it, play this game. Showing all your skills, bang bang.
Let's raise the bar, ready to start, we'll never stop. Together we're off the charts.
No doubt we will get that, get that. Roll out, never sit back, sit back.
Let's raise the bar, ready to start, we'll never stop. Together we're off the charts. Yeah, I bet you will show them all your skills. Dive into your reality. Yeah, we can shape our own fantasy. Do it all, no adversity. Set the tone like it's set in stone. Dive into your reality. Yeah, we can shape our own fantasy. Do it all, no adversity. Set the tone like it's set in stone. Set in stone. Bang, bang, we win. Set in stone. Bang, bang, we win.
No matter what we will weather,
Any storm when we're together,
we can always aim for more. Yeah, it's that bang bang we love for you.
yeah. Set the tone like it's set in stone. Dive into your reality. Yeah, we can shape our own like it's set in stone. Feel the pressure, trap is coming, coming.
You better watch out.
I'm on fire, baby, burn it, burn it.
Feel it.
MVP like no one knows it, knows it. I'm too good for you, I'm too good for you. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, yeah, it's time to bring the heat. We compete, got a mutual enemy. If it's up to me, I'm choosing you. Up in the sky, we'll never lose.
Lock and unload, we precise. I will take your advice. Got this energy, we will take home the prize. So come get it, play this game. Showing all your skills, bang, bang.
Let's raise the bar, ready to start, we'll never stop. Together we're off the charts.
No doubt we will get that, get that. Roll out, never sit back, sit back.
Let's raise the bar, ready to start, we'll never stop. Together we're off the charts. Yeah, I bet you will show them all your skills. Dive into your reality. Yeah, we can shape our own fantasy. Do it all, no adversity. Set the tone like it's set in stone. Dive into your reality. Yeah, we can shape our own fantasy. Do it all, no adversity. Set the tone like it's set in stone. Set it in stone. Bang, bang, we win. Set it in stone. Bang, bang, we win.
No matter what we will weather,
Any storm when we're together,
we can always aim for more. Yeah, this that bang, bang, we're up for it.
yeah. Set the tone like it's set in stone. Dive into your reality. Yeah, we can shape our own fantasy. Do it all, no adversity.
We gon' set the tone like it's set in stone.
Set it in stone. 2, 3, yeah, it's time to bring the heat. We compete, got a mutual enemy. If it's up to me, I'm choosing you. Up in the sky, we'll never lose.
Lock and unload, we precise. I will take your advice. Got this energy up, we will take home the prize. So come get it, play this game. Showing all your skills, bang, bang.
Let's raise the bar, ready to start, we'll never stop. Together we're off the charts.
No doubt we will get that. Roll out, never sit back, sit back.
Let's raise the bar, ready to start, we'll never stop. Together we're off the charts. Yeah, I bet you will show them all your skills. Dive into your reality. Yeah, we can shape our own fantasy. Do it all, no adversity. Set the tone like it's set in stone. Dive into your reality. Yeah, we can shape our own fantasy. Do it all, no adversity. Set the tone like it's set in stone. Set in stone. Bang, bang, we win. Set in stone. Bang, bang, we win.
No matter what, we will weather
Any storm when we're together, we can always aim for more. Yeah, this that bang, bang, we're on fire. Yeah. Set the tone like it's set in stone. Dive into your reality. Yeah, we can shape our own fantasy. Do it all, no adversity. We gon' set the tone like it's set in stone. Set in stone. Bang, bang, we win. Set in stone. Set the tone like it's set in stone. Feel the pressure, jump is coming, coming.
You better watch out.
I'm on fire, baby, burn it, burn it.
Feel it,
MVP like no one knows it, knows it. I'm too good for you, I'm too good for you. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, yeah, it's time to bring the heat. We compete, got a mutual enemy. If it's up to me, I'm choosing you. Up in the sky, we'll never lose.
lock and unload, we precise. I will take your advice. Got this energy up, we will take home the prize. So come get it, play this game. Showing all your skills, bang, bang.
Let's raise the bar, ready to start, we'll never stop. Together we're off the charts.
No doubt we will get that. Roll out, never sit back, sit back.
Let's raise the bar, ready to start, we'll never stop. Together we're off the charts. Yeah, I bet you will show them all your skills. Dive into your reality. Yeah, we can shape our own fantasy. Do it all, adversity. Set the tone like it's set in stone. Dive into your reality. Yeah, we can shape our own fantasy. Do it all, no adversity. Set the tone like it's set in stone. Set in stone. Bang, bang, we win. Set in stone. Bang, bang, we win.
No matter what we will weather,
Any storm when we're together,
we can always aim for more. Yeah, it's that bang bang we're love for you.
yeah. Set the tone like it's set in stone. Dive into your reality. Yeah, we can shape our own fantasy. Do it all, no adversity.
We gon' set the tone like it's set in stone.
Set in stone. Bang, bang, we win. Set in stone.
Set the tone like it's set in stone.
Feel the pressure, trap is coming, coming.
You better watch out.
I'm on fire, baby, burn it, burn it.
Feel it all.
Heavy feel like no one knows it, knows it. I'm too good for you, I'm too good for you. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, it is time to bring the heat. We compete, got a mutual enemy. If it's up to me, I'm choosing you. Up in the sky, we'll never lose.
Lock and unload, we precise. I will take your advice. Got this energy, we will take home the prize. So come get it, play this game. Showing all your skills, bang bang.
Let's raise the bar, ready to start, we'll never stop. Together we're off the charts.
No doubt we will get that, get that. Roll out, never sit back, sit back.
Let's raise the bar, ready to start, we'll never stop. Together we're off the charts. Yeah, I bet you will show them all your skills. Dive into your reality. Yeah, we can shape our own fantasy. Do it all, no adversity. Set the tone like it's set in stone. Dive into your reality. Yeah, we can shape our own fantasy. Do it all, no adversity. Set the tone like it's set in stone. Set in stone. Bang, bang, we win. Set in stone. Bang, bang, we win.
No matter what we will weather,
Any storm when we're together,
we can always aim for more. Yeah, it's that bang bang we're love for you.
yeah. Set the tone like it's set in stone. Dive into your reality. can shape our own fantasy. Do it all, no adversity. We gon' set the tone like it's set in stone. Set in stone. Bang, bang, we win. Set in stone. Set the tone like it's set in stone. Feel the pressure, check is coming, coming.
You better watch out.
I'm on fire, baby, burn it, burn it.
Feel it.
MVP like no one knows it, knows it. I'm too good for you, I'm too good for you. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, yeah, it's time to bring the heat. We compete, got a mutual enemy. If it's up to me, I'm choosing you. Up in the sky, we'll never lose.
Lock and unload, we precise. I will take your advice. Got this energy on, we will take home the prize. So come get it, play this game. Showing all your skills, bang, bang.
Let's raise the bar, ready to start, we'll never stop. Together we're off the charts.
No doubt we will get that, get that. Roll out, never sit back, sit back.
Let's raise the bar, ready to start, we'll never stop. Together we're off the charts. Yeah, I bet you will show them all your skills. Dive into your reality. Yeah, we can shape our own fantasy. Do it all, no adversity. Set the tone like it's set in stone. Dive into your reality. Yeah, we can shape our own fantasy. Do it all, no adversity. Set the tone like it's set in stone. Set in stone. Bang, bang, we win. Set in stone. Bang, bang, we win.
No matter what we will weather,
Any storm when we're together, we can always aim for more. Yeah, this that bang, bang, we're on fire. Yeah. Set the tone like it's set in stone. Dive into your reality. Yeah, we can shape our own fantasy. Do it all, no adversity.
we gon' set the tone like it's set in stone.
Set in stone. Bang, bang, we win. Set in stone.
Set the tone like it's set in stone.
2, 3, yeah, it's time to bring the heat. We compete, got a mutual enemy. If it's up to me, I'm choosing you. Up in the sky, we'll never lose.
Like it or low, we precise. I will take your advice. Got this energy, we will take home the prize. So come get it, play this game. Showing all your skills, bang, bang.
Let's raise the bar, ready to start, we'll never stop. Together we're off the charts.
No doubt we will get that. Roll out, never sit back,
Let's raise the bar, ready to start, we'll never stop. Together we're off the charts. Yeah, I bet you will show 'em all your skills. Dive into your reality. Yeah, we can shape our own fantasy. Do it all, no adversity. Set the tone like it's set in stone. Dive into your reality. Yeah, we can shape our own fantasy. Do it all, no adversity. Set the tone like it's set in stone. Set in stone. Bang, bang, we win. Set in stone. Bang, bang, we win.
No matter what we will weather,
Any storm when we're together, we can always aim for more. Yeah, it's that bang, bang, we're on fire. Yeah. Set the tone like it's set in stone. Dive into your reality. Yeah, we can shape our own fantasy. Do it all, no adversity. We gon' set the tone like it's set in stone. Set in stone. Bang, bang, we win. Set in stone.
Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Free Fire Clash Squad SCA Cup. This is day number 5, and that means that we have 2 best of 5s lined up today. One team will go home, and one team will head into the grand finals as our very first grand finalist. I'm Husky, back on the stage, on the set, with my friend, Anastasia AJ.
I thought you were going to go on the stage.
I
Play a couple of matches.
I would love to.
I would not love
My journey would have ended before last week.
before the qualifiers.
Before the qualifiers.
It is. I mean, it looks mighty easy, but it most
Yes.
definitely is not. A couple of teams have definitely understood that the rough way. Even E-Arena, the winners of FFSI, currently not in the upper brackets.
Yeah, they're going to be facing off against more team in a lower bracket. Best of 5 later on. I believe they lost 3-1, 1-3 against Nigma Galaxy, who is making a very strong comeback. We also have Attack All Around playing later on against NGX. That is also one of the most exciting matchups to behold.
Absolutely, man. And of course, both games are going to be absolutely interesting to see exactly how they maneuver around each other. Attack All Around, we've seen their strategy thus far. Their tactics are pretty much straightforward. They split off into the 2-2 buddy system. They attack from both sides, but they kind of switch things up sometimes, right? They kind of wait to see exactly how you're going to be taking the pace of the game and then figure out all of your strategies before smashing you to the wall. It's worked out thus far for them.
And thus far, what we predicted for the state of the competition is still pretty much true. We have 3 teams from Thailand and only 1 from Indonesia, so there's still a good chance we get an all-Thai finals.
Yeah.
But it's good to see that at least Indonesia is putting up some sort of resilience, right? Resistance, and that team is more team, which was one of the teams that we say has had a very good run at FFSI.
Absolutely. I mean, they sneaked away the 3rd spot. Fantastic play. I think they shocked the world of Free Fire. They shocked us for sure. And they're continuing to shock all of us. I think, you know, it'll be an absolute delight to see them take the game away from E Arena today, but that might just be asking for a little bit too much. At the end of the day, we're all paying for $50,000 US here, and the top 4 spots have still not yet been filled.
Yeah, it's good to know that our 2-time world champion is not in contention, so the competition still continues to get heated. And to be very fair to everyone else, you know, E Arena is the only team that has a chance to do that rerun, right? Back-to-back champions for 2 different tournaments. But we are in week 2, so that means best of 5 double elimination format. And for tomorrow, we're gonna have a best of 5 for the losers finals and a best of 7 for the grand finals.
Oh wow, okay. I think that one got changed because I initially thought it was going to be a best of 5 all the way through. But best of 7 for the grand finals, I'm not going to argue at all. You give them a couple of extra opportunities. You got to win 5 out of the 7 maps in order to call yourselves, 4 out of the 7 maps in order to call yourselves champion. It's just, you know, potential 1 extra game that might just take us all the way. Or we could just play all 7 games, man. I don't know. It's all going to depend on what kind of teams we end up with in the grand finals tomorrow. But of course, this first series will determine the first grand finals.
Yeah, it's going to be between Attack All Around. One of the teams that has, you know, it's been a long time coming. We haven't seen them for such a long period of time, up against more team actually. Okay, what is Nigma Galaxy? What am I talking about? Nigma Galaxy, which is today, 15th July, and afterwards we're going to have more team against E Arena, and of course the winners of the first series goes on to the grand finals. The loser will play tomorrow in the losers bracket final, and that is going to be a slugfest because they will have to play 1 best of 5 and 1 best of 7 afterwards.
Oh yeah, I absolutely agree. It's going to be quite taxing for whichever team that is. You could also look at it from a flip side of things as to it being the better side of warming yourselves up before you take on bigger monsters, right? You want to take the fodder first, get yourself all good and easy, all oiled up before the final boss shows up to whoop you out of the competition potentially.
Everyone loves a good lower bracket run. My personal favorite is always the lower bracket Cinderella run, but you have to play just a gruesome series and you still end up winning it all. So
imagine Morph Team being that Cinderella.
Oh yeah, I mean, if that is the case, I think it would be fantastic, right? Finally, Thailand is not winning a tournament, but we had the head-to-head for Attack All Around and Nigma Galaxy, and I gotta say, Attack All Around are destroying NGX on all fronts in terms of stats.
And of course, Attack All Around did go up against Morph. Nigma Galaxy, on the other hand, they went up against E Arena. You can't really pick up a lot of numbers there, but that being said, Nigma Galaxy did go against GOW as well as WAG that enabled them to pick up quite a few numbers. But if you look at the average damage, this is pretty much telling the tale as to what you can expect out of Attack All Around later on. It is because of their strategic movements around the map, their positioning, that has just been so annoying to deal with for all of these teams.
And you compare both teams and how they and the teams that they play. I would say, you know, at NGX they basically slay 2 teams from Vietnam, right?
Yeah,
and they
correct.
speed run through the entire first phase of the entire competition. But when we look at the head-to-head, we're looking at Poongod and Stop. At this one, it's a bit of a closer contest, right? Both of them have shown that they are really proficient when it comes to getting that those eliminations, especially from that long range. But in this case, Poongod, it does have slightly better numbers in terms of knockdown.
Yeah, slightly better numbers in terms of knockdown. The damage, you know, is quite a lot as well. 7,000 more damage than what Stop has been able to put out thus far. But you have to admire the way Stop plays around these games, right? He is one of the fundamental reasons as to why Nigma Galaxy is pretty much here right now instead of E Arena. He was the absolute key in order to take them down yesterday.
Well, for me, the one team that I want to see, well, not the one team, the one player I want to see show up today is definitely going to be Keroro from Attack All Around. This guy showed up in a competition, first series of last week, and completely demolished his opponents with some pretty insane plays, right? Running the Orion in the loadout and also playing that sniper role. And, you know, maybe today he's going to be that, you know, that deadly sniper again.
He most definitely will be looking to do that. Jump's gonna be super annoying as the rusher for the squad as well. Walking in with the Tatsuya, we've seen this work so well in their favor. All 4 players running the Kelly, that gives you the extra boost in speed, and with Tatsuya layered over that, it gives him, you know, just the enough mobility to sneak around his opponents, right? You've got J-Beeps as well as Andrew there to beef him up in terms of armor, so he's gonna be pretty much unstoppable. But, you know, you want to compare him against Stop himself, it's gonna be pretty annoying to deal with this guy. He's got the Awakened Arlok alongside Luna and Kelly, so he's got healing ability, he's got that extra buff in terms of defense from Andrew, and the speed buffs from Luna and Kelly.
Yeah, gotta go fast. I believe
yeah.
that's the motto of Stop. And I think NGX was also the first team that brought out the Awakened Arlok in this tournament, right? You know, on top of that, you have Caramel, you have Dew, you have Phil God. Today is going to be the battle between Dew and Keroro. And I would say, you know, so far Keroro has been one-upping a lot of those sniper players in this tournament. I think Dew is probably going to be the guy that has the best chance to go up against him.
I was banking on Dew yesterday as well, but unfortunately he was just having such a terrible day sniping. Caramel stepped up for the team. He picked up that sniper alongside Dew as well, and he was whooping the opponents into shape. I mean, I almost didn't miss Dew at all yesterday.
This was a team that, alongside E-Arena, last week on day 2, they were, you know, flashing that 2-0 sign on screen. They were bulldozing through the competition.
He got on his face.
Yeah, what is that? That's war paint. This guy is ready. He is ready to cause something.
It's baby powder. Baby. He's got baby powder on his face. These boys are having fun. That's important.
So I think that if you in the ancient tribes, they say that if you put war paint, it signifies like power before you go into a battle, right? Like certain symbols. I don't know what that means, but I assume it gives him more fragging potential. But you can see, you know, NGX are a bit more tight knit. They're sitting closer to each other. Maybe that's the hidden secret to play better in the game.
I have no idea why are they so close to each other, but you know, whatever rocks their boat, I'm absolutely fine with that as long as we get a fantastic match in a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about statistics here. Nigma Galaxy really shining thus far on Nextera. 4 maps played, 100% win rate on Nextera. Nobody has been able to shake them thus far.
Yeah, and all the games that they play have been pretty fast Nextera map also, right? Like no team has came close to beating them on Nextera, and I think a big part of that was how they manipulate all these long-range fights. The Nextera is a very weird map. When it comes to Clash Squad, you have transparent glass panels, you have moving conveyor belts, you have teleporters, and NGX...
Gravity going missing.
Gravity, yeah, that as well. And NGX is one of the few teams that is really proficient in playing in these odd circumstances.
Yeah, absolutely. I have no doubt whatsoever that Nigma Galaxy can get it done on Nextera, but if you look at their statistics on Bermuda, on the other hand, that's exactly where it suffers a tad bit. They have lost 1 match thus far, and that was against E-Arena yesterday. Attack all around, on the other hand, I have got a slightly better statistic on Bermuda, and 83% win rate. But is that going to be a factor in this match that is about to kick off? Game number 1, series number 1 of the day. Loser does not go home just yet. They only drop down into the lower brackets. Winner, they are your first grand finalist.
Statistically speaking, there's a huge chance this goes the distance in all 5 games, and the last match is going to be a Bermuda, and it will be a coin flip, right? Because Attack All Around, not 100% winner of Bermuda, but you know, if Nextera is 100% for NGX, I think we're going to have a very, very good series ahead.
Let's see if or not this one is a dragged out series, whether it uses up all 5 available games, or will it end with a shocking 3-0? I don't think so, but of course,
it would be shocking though.
Anything could happen out there. Both teams going to be rushing for the control on that higher ground. No grenades to use as it is round number 1.
And you instantly see the Tatsuya getting used, getting into position very quickly, and has been a highly contested point when you play on this specific area of the map. You want to get control of this factory, so you have all these large areas that can kind of serve as a choke point. So Nigma Galaxy might have to funnel through this.
Ice grenade will push them out of the defenses. Voki, what a flank around from the right. Manages to catch one, jump straight on in. But Caramel slices him down into shape. Dew, the final player for the side of Nigma Galaxy, and it looks like he's not going to be making it through this one. Boon God, though, tries to get the last one.
NGX did not stand a chance again, you take control of that factory, that warehouse, it gives you so much room to work with. I think it's very tough to just funnel in NGX. Ideally, you want to overwhelm whoever's in that warehouse, but we saw, you know, Fugard being the first, Jump being the first one to reach there with the Tatsuya, and just like that, he anchors down the area and gives Attack All Around a very quick pistol. And you see both teams basically buying out, right? Everyone having a set of double revolvers.
Let's see how the setup goes through for them this time round. Jump's gonna lead the fray. Kororo with a long flank around the left-hand side. Dew, grenade in hand. He wants to cook it up. Does he deliver? Jump shows up, stop halfway through the way in itself, and that headshot will not connect this time round as Foki puts Fugard down on the ground. Jump eliminated. Dew gonna be expanded, and as I say that, Kororo gets a god nade out of nowhere.
Yeah, Attack All Around, just an unadulterated aggression against NGX. Like NGX, they took the fight. Very good attempted hold by Fugard.
Yeah.
And traded out very quickly by Attack All Around. Round number 3, again, you have that central warehouse to work with, and this time it's a bit more fair to both teams.
If this one's a flat-out, you know, Attack All Around dominance, then I'm afraid this is going to go into game number 5, because yesterday we saw the example they set against Morph. They really couldn't cut it on Nextera at all. And that's where we expect Nigma Galaxy to kind of rage on. So it's going to go back and forth. But the advantage, of course, to Attack All Around, because 3 Bermuda maps to play.
Yeah, having just very good understanding. Jump again. This Tatsuya is out of this world, otherworldly. Dashes forward, gets control, gets the initial knock, stop, let's get the UMP spray down onto Foki, but Moongard will attempt to help him up. NGX tries to overwhelm Attack All Around, but that is just not doable. Stop gets gunned down by Moongard, and it's up to Dew, playing that long-range battle, but it's not going to be easy though. Not in this warehouse. Very limited space to work with. It's a 2 against 1. And Dew is going to that Orion form, but as that expires, Moongard getting a revive, and this should be it. Attack All Around with the 3rd round. By the way, that is also an AWM for NGX that did not pay off.
Yeah, this is just going from bad to worse at this point in time. But we all know it's round number 4. That's where you start to get a little bit of money if you're on the losing side. You get to have all of the weapons that you do want. You get an extra layer of armor as well that you can purchase. Unless you are the sniper of the team, that AWM is going to cost you a lot. You're not going to get a full set of armor, but that's absolutely fine. Nigma Galaxy could just turn things around in round 4.
Yeah, and Foki is definitely the poorest guy because he was the only guy that went down last round. So you see he only has a set of double revolver. Jump this time taking on their flank position. And these long range are going to be very important. You have stronger weapons on NGX, 2 Charge Buster, a UMP, and an AWM.
Both teams on a stalemate. Circle's always going to change that in Clash Squad. You can't really hold out for too long. But you want to get those initial tags so that the Dreki can kick in as well, giving away your positional information. Dew now trying to reposition. Does a fantastic job. Hopping from balcony to roof. Looking for a player from the side of Attack All Around. And Kororo might just be the answer to his aggression.
Yeah, big missed opportunity, right? Trying to shoot at Kororo after being patient for such a long time and didn't land the shot. So now Kororo has very good intel of where this sniper on the side of NGX might be. Attack All Around this time taking it very slow. You know that they do have overall weaker weapons. 2 AWMs though for Poongard and Kororo, just trying to fish for some knocks on the side of NGX. They know where Stop is. Took away a big chunk of that health, but Kororo follows up. Stop ends up getting dropped, and that's it. Attack All Around now having the man advantage. Fugard needs to support his friend Dew right now, who goes into the Orion form, jumps somehow, makes it out with his life, a sliver of health to work with. Backup coming through, but Dew gets the point blank shot onto Jump to equalize the playing field.
Kororo now from the back. Foki joins him with the attack as well, and it will be a double. Fugard just could not keep that away from taking him out of the equation. Nigma Galaxy once again bite the dust. Attack All Around, I do not know what they did to pump themselves up, but they were ready for this game.
Yeah, the double revolver as well, and I think Foki, big save, has the decreased revival time, so just brings Jump back up. And again, right, he was the poorest guy because he went down in round 3, but double revolver, I guess it worked out against an AWM. You just win in terms of just fire rate. Dew misses his shot, and that was Foki's opportunity, and now the economy is starting to really build up for Attack All Around.
Foki's just a little annoying as well to deal with. continuously moving, not making it easy for the sniper to hit him. Takes the opportunity with the double revolver. Very quick fingers for sure. But now, can he get the nade to connect as well? Okay. And it doesn't go wide, does tag Fugod. So that's a lot of effort made already. And Boongod's going in for the finisher as well, but Stop's going to flank around from the right to stop the push coming through from the side of attack all around. And Kororo out of nowhere gets the snipe, jump finds one. And just like that, 3 players down from the side of Nigma.
What a shot with the charge cluster. 5-0.
This is looking too easy.
Welcome to Thai Free Fire, that's for sure.
Next era, bro.
Yeah, next
attack
era.
all around, they bomb out there.
We have a good chance of going off all 5 games, but it would be funny if the first 4 maps are all 6-0s.
6-0s from either side, right? Attack all around on Bermudas, Nigma Galaxy on next eras. Obviously, we are hoping for that. We want it to be a quick night.
I feel like if you're betting on the Bermuda coin flip, right? Whoever is better on Bermuda just straight up wins the grand final.
Yeah, I know. That was pretty much the case yesterday for attack all around. As they took on Pro Morph team, who did so well on next era. Not as clean as attack all around on Bermuda, of course. But they gave them a run for their money for sure.
And GX, again, you need those AWM shots to come true. Dew is having a rough series so far. Stop again, has Helper chipped away. That is almost the entirety of that Helper. Poon got very good with the nades. Now has finally depleted his last, but Stop caught from the window by Jump. And attack all around, looking for a strong opening statement.
Yeah, Jump's just a little too annoying in this current situation. Very quick repositioning as soon as they get that information. Volky now going for that flush. Doesn't want to get aggressive just yet. Not hopping on into the compound. Just waiting for them out here on the outside. And that's going to serve them as an advantage. A couple of grenades into the Stop seller could do Nigma Galaxy in.
Yeah, Nigma Galaxy is not sure where to go. I mean, Dew is also picked off, so the last 2 members trapped in the attic. And attack all around, they are just going to wait on the ground floor. Fugod is fishing for some damage. Does bring Fugod down low. But I think for attack all around, they do not need to rush this. They're just slowly playing with their food at this point.
Kororo's sneaky with those sniper shots. Wants to connect yet another. 2 players upstairs. And of course, that circle is going to move if Nigma Galaxy does not come out in the next few seconds. And it will be the players of attack all around repositioning first.
Oh! Caramel trying to go for the drop. And that's going to be a 6-0 for attack all around for the first map. Barely breaking a sweat. I mean, those war pings, they are working out.
And that was a Kororo triple for that final round there. Guys unstoppable. CQCs with the AWM, long range domination. Kororo's your man. Attack all around. Blitz through that game. #1 at Bermuda. There's a possibility that Nigma Galaxy does the exact same at Nextera.
Oh yeah, that would be a great way to kick off the upper bracket. I mean, and GX, it would be a shocker to see them go down 3-0, and it would make the lower bracket finals a bit more bearable. I think a lot of teams watching this, especially more team in E-Arena, if they see this happen, there's a good chance that it could be something that they could refer to if they were to beat NGX tomorrow.
Absolutely, and of course, no loss whatsoever if you do get kicked into the lower bracket, except that, you got to warm up those fingers a little bit earlier on tomorrow night, as you have to play a best of 5 before you hop on into a best of 7, providing, of course, you do win that lower bracket final.
I gotta say, attack all around have very high first bloods rates, and that is a very scary stats to look at, right? Because if you're always starting around with a man advantage, you essentially increases your chance to win by 25%. And for attack all around, I mean, Jump has been doing a fantastic job in getting these first bloods, always in the prime position, thanks to the Tatsuya speed boost, always catching people off guard. Well, I mean, Kororo himself has been getting some very great snipes. And sad to say that, Dew is still kind of relapsing from yesterday. He's not landing those crucial shots.
And on top of that, you are just not seeing Stop do his usual stopping maneuvers. Caramel's not hitting those shots, backing up Dew as well. In fact, the whole team of Nigma Galaxy pretty much crashing and burning in this first game, barely getting frags for themselves. The guy that was doing a lot of work out here, though, for the side of attack all around, Kororo, 8 eliminations, 3 came out of just that one final round. 3,317 damage, no headshots, but nobody's complaining.
Yeah, don't really need it, right? It's picking off stragglers, and for all of the rounds, NGX were dirt poor, so you don't really have the best defenses. Kiro not even bothered by this. At one point, he was even in the front line with that Orion, where he didn't really need to do that, but you know what, for attack all around, they were already in the lead, so why not?
Yeah, absolutely right. I think it was just a easy, chill round coming through for attack all around. They did, like you said, they didn't even break a sweat. They don't look stressed at all.
No.
But they are taking this very, very seriously, right? They're not giving Nigma Galaxy any room whatsoever. Full-on control of that map, full-on control of the compound within that one small place itself. Very early on, and you can thank Tatsuya for that very aggressive takeover from the side of attack all around. Nigma Galaxy just could not gain that control.
And when you're in top 4, the differential in price pool becomes a bit more bigger, right? You need to start taking it a bit more seriously. The mother load is they're 2 steps away.
I think it's going to be a pretty interesting one. I don't want to see this kind of go to the side of attack all around just because they're going to win out all of their Bermudas. I want to see the capability of Nigma Galaxy kind of making that comeback as well, because dude, this was like this was a no-show for Nigma Galaxy.
Oh, it was definitely a walkover for sure. I mean, we're going into next era, right? And that's NGX better map in Clash Squad. Yeah, like you mentioned earlier on, 100% win rate, and for attack all around, it's the complete opposite. Almost 100% lose rate on that map. I think More Team made a very good case yesterday against attack all around. So if anything, I think NGX will probably feel a bit more comfortable. This is the map that they can look to not only dominate attack all around, but also get that morale back.
They have played 4 rounds in total at Nextera. This is Nigma Galaxy, of course. Everything has been won. Attack all around, on the other hand, the exact same number of times they've played this map. And they've lost 2 of it to Morph. So, and nobody else has been able to take away a Nextera from them. So that could be a small indicator. Maybe Morph is just cracked on Nextera.
Oh yeah.
Maybe attack all around just sucks on Nextera. We will find out. We will conclude that particular inquiry in this one game. If it's the same old 6-0, Nigma's in trouble.
I guess when you look back at the teams that Nigma played on this map, then you can kind of understand why it was 100% win rate, right? There's a bit of a power imbalance, so I think this pistol round might give us a very good indicator on what these teams want to do. I mean, you're starting pistols on Graph Lab, so it's a pretty interesting area to kick off the very first one. Woon God already getting the first drop, and that is it. That is pistols over to NGX. Fugo gets brought back up, only to get shot down. He say, please let me die, so I don't have to suffer this.
Stop right back down on the ground. View's gonna follow suit as well, but pops the Orion to stay alive for a tad bit. But how long can you run, my friend? Nowhere to hide. Nigma Galaxy losing the first round, and that was not convincing at all. I was looking to be convinced.
That was a heartbreak because everyone for attack all around were so low.
Yeah.
Imagine if you get the reset on the Orion run. That could have been a 1v4 clutch, but man, that came closer than expected, I think, for NGX.
Orion with the AWM, maybe, bro, but Orion with the pistol, yes, it's gonna take way
Orion
too
with the
long.
Pistol. What was that?
Double revolve?
Maybe. Or you just get your energy point back after every knock, right?
But that's the problem. Getting a knock with a pistol. AWM, I mean, you come out of the Orion form, one quick, very good shot, you're gonna get the guy down, you gain back the 200 EP, you go back into your Orion form, you can rinse and repeat. With a pistol, you're like
I mean, all with the Orion, right? Because everyone was within range of getting down by the siphon.
Or maybe a good grenade before you pop into the Orion. But
maybe.
Yeah, that's round 1. Not gonna get a grenade.
I saw 2 double charge buster for attack all around. There it is. Funky and jump. Good thing about Nextera is that you don't really get to just straight up run into your enemy's face.
Yeah.
On a lot of maps. I think this one is one of them. At Farmtopia is.
40-ish seconds for the circle to fully close on in. Then we'll have about 10 seconds of battle time, but I don't think they want to wait that long. I think they're waiting for the situation to get a little dire first before they go in for that final flush. And of course, the advantage to the side of attack all around with the 2 SMGs on their side. Bisons! And a good nade tossed in by Fugod. Poki's going to meet him halfway, put him down on the ground. Jump finds stop in the meantime as well. Nigma Galaxy losing 2 key players. Make that 3, make that 4 as Jump hops around and shows them who's boss.
And this all happened because Jump, again using the Tatsuya, he got into a position very, very quickly. Not really sure if NGX knew about that, but once he got the kill on Stop, I believe that round has already ended. Jump so proficient in finding these advantageous points.
And you gotta love Kororo's patience. He's not bothering to rush for the sniper. He's not gonna force a buy. He respects Nigma Galaxy. He knows that he needs to be tanky, and he's gonna leave the heavy duty lifting to the rest of his members, and he's just gonna walk out with a pistol. Foki's gonna get tagged up. No knock coming on through just yet. A good attempt by Nigma Galaxy as they try to wrap around the right-hand side.
Yeah, Dew basically blew his armor apart, so it's not gonna be good for if you are Foki. Look at that. I mean, NGX, only 2 of them having armor. Right, one of them is Fugod, and he was tagged by the AWM very early on. Karama and Dew have absolutely nothing.
Stop is healing up slowly, which means that Dreki is going to reveal his position immediately, and that's going to be bad. If Stop is targeted from the very get-go and is taken out of the equation, Nigma Galaxy's chances of winning dwindles down to just 50%.
Yeah, Foki getting tagged down now. They need to flush him out as fast as possible. Jump is going to have his back.
Oh,
Foki
wow.
escaping with a slither of health, but Fugod was able to catch him with the Bison. Very well done. Finally, NGX showing some resistance. Keroro also dropped low. Jump looking for a flank, but NGX, they're going to try and swarm attack all around with just pure numbers. Fugod around the corner, Jump sees him. There's also a jump spot as well. Attack all around. Pungod, good crossfire to get Fugod. Caramel drops as well. Pungod finding a double as Keroro hops into that Orion form. It's going to be a 2 versus 2. Dew finishing the kill. Keroro gets knocked. It's Pungod led to his own devices.
Pungod, final player, what can he do? Dew's already got that angle with the AWM, has to stop for a tad bit to recover. Dew finds Keroro. Pungod, Bison, can he get it? Answers no. Goes down. First round now for Nigma Galaxy.
Yeah, first round after 9 rounds. So NGX finally finding a bit of that solution, right? Just using numbers over attack all around. Quite scary though. There was attack all around. Very aware of holding those crossfire angles. Pungod could have been a hero, but Dew coming alive and landing 2 crucial snipes was what allowed NGX to get that 3rd round finally.
Let's see, how does Nigma Galaxy execute that once again? Kororo this time, that patience has paid off. The AWM makes its appearance. Fugod in a lot of trouble, circles around with the Bison. Kororo holding on an off angle. Might just be able to catch him off guard here. Stop pushing pretty much towards that halfway point. Waiting in line with that Bison. Needs a little bit of backup, but the backup is one step too far away. Kororo's not going to find that angle, and disadvantage now to Nigma Galaxy with map control.
Yeah, it's in a very, very open, very, very isolated position also. Attack all around. Once more playing the patient game. Not really too bothered about going for the rush. It's good prompt Nigma Galaxy to kind of get adventurous and give attack all around that opportunity. I mean, NGX overall, they are just trying to fish for some movements from attack all around. You see Pungod going on an exploration. Might have seen Stop though from the edge of that screen. NGX holding kind of the crucial spots on that high ground.
How are they going to find this attack? The circle squeezing them all in finally. It's going to be a glue wall melter courtesy of Dew first. Let's see what it connects with. Jump finds him already, tags him up. Fugod going to be in a lot of trouble. Here comes Pungod with the rush. Clicks with nothing. The A124 has been popped. No answers from the side of Nigma Galaxy. They all back away to play the defense. Stop shows up. Pungod, without recovering, steps on up and gets punished. Nigma Galaxy has to take this round now.
Yeah, very, very well played from NGX. Whoever threw that nade to chip up Pungod's health basically saved the round, because Pungod was about to go in for a rush and take out a few members of NGX, but they were able to slow it down and with just pure patience take out attack all around. And we're starting to see some cracks in attack all around on Nextera. Closer match overall. I mean, it's 2-2. NGX starting to warm up a little bit. The economy also building up for them. You can see all the Bisons and the AWM. Double Bisons for Stop.
I mean, for the sake of Nigma Galaxy, attack all around needs to be nerfed in Nextera for sure. So it's great that Nigma's getting these initial pushes. Dew with a great position already, but Jump gets dropped. Stop's gonna be attacked as well. Fugod backing him up. Due from the right-hand side. Attack all around. They've been surrounded already. One good grenade, and Fugod does catch Foki off guard. Boongod with the trade, but that's not gonna help them up much at all.
And they're finally punishing Jump as well for his aggression. As he dashed straight into 2 members of NGX, and there was no way he wins that. Due getting information on where Kororo is. It's a 1v4 situation for Kororo himself. This round pretty much done and dusted. Spotted right out in the open, NGX. They can easily clean this up. And finally taking the lead in this match.
Absolutely, and of course, high time. That is the case for the side of Nigma Galaxy. A 4v1 Kororo, he's great, but there's no way he's gonna save this. The game of numbers overwhelms him as Nigma Galaxy, like you said, takes the lead for the first time. Attack all around, off to a great start, but it was not something they could sustain.
It's I mean, such recovery from NGX, honestly. See double AWF for Dew. There are 3 AWMs for NGX. Already some 3 different members. And for once, attack all around, put on the back foot, and look at them. There's no money at all, and NGX are very, very rich.
Kororo gonna hold the back lines once again. I'm not a big fan of that position, but he wants to make sure nobody uses that portal to get the backstab. Jump, slowly moving forward. Dew is spotted out already. Kororo trying to get him out of the equation, but he exposes himself as well at the same time, so that's a disadvantage. Jump shows up in the nick of time alongside Boongod for a timely attack, and that's going to be slowed down.
Yeah, Kororo losing half his health bar also. So it's going to take one of that medkit away. Attack all around. Getting stifled just a little bit by NGX. Caramel also running around the corner. Jump spots him out, and this is going to be important. Jump needs to somehow fish a kill before NGX corrals them. You can see attack all around. They are coming in numbers. Caramel out in the open. The Bison Spray can't get the kill as Caramel was able to sprint away with the Awakened Alloc. Foki having a rough time. Fugard getting a good knock. Dew also sniping Foki from afar, and that's 2 of attack all around members.
One mistake by Foki. He jumps up into the air, instant snipe right down, and attack all around. Gonna bite the dust yet again. Jump as the final player. Can he find the clutch out of nowhere? He does have the AWM, has got the Bison as well. He switches around. It's gonna be Jump turning tails. Fugard on the other side gets knocked down by a headshot. Jump still alive for 1v2. That's about it.
And NGX starting to land all these crucial shots. Both Dew and Stop. 5 kills each. This long range is so hard to break through, and attack all around. They don't really have much left in the tank. Then you look at NGX, look at them. Way too rich to comprehend. Attack all around, honestly, right now they are definitely not only strapped for cash, but they're struggling to find openings to run into NGX.
They've got so much of money they can burn some and still be rich.
Yeah.
Nigma Galaxy, first ones to find the midway towards the top. Jump on the other hand is gonna go all the way, gets tagged up halfway. Slowed down a tad bit. Fugod's gonna be able to catch him out, but a good blue wall gets erected by Jump. Double as a matter of fact. Now Fugod needs to be just a tad bit careful here. That sniper Kororo can take his head off if he does time the jump a little bit wrong.
Yeah, Pungo already getting dropped as well. Okay, Fugod, a parkour maneuver. Almost losing his life, punished by Foki. And that's what you need for attack all around. You need some kind of punish. As the Fugod to pick back up, and Caramel ends up getting dropped instead, but Jump also traded out. So still a win for NGX. As Foki is dropping low, wins the fight against Fugod. Kororo ambushed by Star from behind. Is Foki left all alone in a 1 versus 2?
Foki stuck in a very tight corner. Glue wall melter goes wide, but the second connects perfectly. Stop just needs to be a little bit patient. Foki exposed, but runs away in the nick of time. Breaks the glue wall right behind him. Up will not connect, and Stop will have to pull out the Bison for the finisher.
Yeah, lovely stuff from NGX. And attack all around once more. Due to the fact that they don't have as much money as NGX. Quickly ran dry. And NGX have, with what, double AWM, just made life so difficult for attack all around in these fights. I mean, if you are attack all around, you are looking to not only get a pick up, but you want to clean up the fight as much as possible, as fast as possible, before NGX gets into position.
Let's see if Nigma Galaxy can bring the game number 2 to an end here. It's going to be a similar setup. A quick rush to the top. Stop. Halting halfway. Jump on the other hand. On a mad rush up to the top. He's got to waste a couple of glue walls to make sure he is in a safe position. Also, Jump finds Fugard. But the pickup's not going to be impossible.
Yeah, Fugard getting back up. Jump again, just putting himself in an aggressive position. And these picks are going to be important. Fugard just got back up. Great reaction with the glue wall to keep himself safe. Attack all around. Forced to slow down just a little bit. A lifeline from NGX.
Blue wall melters all around them. They can't do much, and Jump catches!
Oh, the timing.
Fugard with a great timing. Guy had a grenade in hand, couldn't react to that situation at all. Jump circles around. The timing once again is going to be perfect. Stop halted in a very tight position. Poongod needs to take the glue wall away, but he knows he doesn't really need to rush this.
Jump is going berserk right now, just taking up both Caramel and Fugard. And while this Poongod trying to do the same maneuver, switches to the Bison mid-air. Gets the third. Stop left to his own devices, trying to help his team with only the shotgun. Against the Bison, not really the best weapon. And attack all around, staying alive in Xterra.
Great play out of Attack All Around. And it's great that they had the exact same compound twice. Back to back, the second time round, they could figure out exactly what Nigma Galaxy's setup was going to be like. And they managed to stop Jump. But not Kororo as well as Poongod, who managed to swing around from the back. But Jump has been pretty much keeping Attack All Around alive. Nigma Galaxy needs to find a solution for him first. Let's see exactly how they use the teleporters this time.
You already see that stop at Fugard. They're going to show up. But it puts them in a position where they can get pincered. Two members of NGX stop just by a little bit. They're doing the best, hitting up as fast as possible. Poongod smells something in the air. Decides against tossing that nade just for now. Waiting for some sort of gunshots. Does have Folky beside him. And Dew, great position.
Oh, he's looking
great
for a headshot.
Patience and Folky first to go. Support is not going to come in time, and Dew might have just won this round.
Amazing flank around from Dew, and he pretty much puts the team of Nigma in such a great position, but Kororo goes in for the finisher. And look at that maneuver. Jumps straight onto the tires, jumps right back up, but puts Dew in a great position to take a snipe. Kororo down and out already. Attack All Around might have just been done and dusted in this second game. Two more players left, Poongod and Jump. Trying to barricade themselves, buy a little bit more time, but here comes the flush.
Fugard, he's going to get dropped down low. Poongod ends up going down instead, and this Jump against the entire world. The rusher for the team, the hero that Attack All Around needs, but not in this round. NGX with a response 6-3 on Xterra, still keeping that 100% win rate.
And we finally see a flash, a smile on each and every single one of those faces. Nigma Galaxy, like you said, 100% win rate. And that is going to be kept the exact same way. We anticipated Attack All Around to lose that next Terra. That's exactly what has happened. Now, if we swing back into a full-on momentum of Attack All Around, overtaking Nigma Galaxy at Bermuda, it's going to be a little disappointing for me because we're going to be able to predict exactly how this is going to finish.
Oh yeah, but at least, you know, Attack All Around. Unlike NGX on Bermuda, they were able to show some resistance, right?
Yeah.
They got 3 rounds of NGX. They had, I think, 2 close ones overall. But it's very clear that NGX are a bit more comfortable on Xterra. They are landing more of their shots, and Attack All Around just got punished early on.
I mean, Nigma Galaxy pretty much didn't show up for Bermuda. Their players could barely find a frag for themselves. They could barely position before they all got caught out. Attack All Around on the flip side of things at Bermuda. You saw the speed of getting into position. I mean, before the players of Nigma Galaxy could even find their spot, they were all getting knocked down one after the other already.
Yeah, and NGX, they played, when we looked at Xterra, NGX won 5 rounds in a row.
Yeah.
Before finally closing it out after dropping 1 to Attack All Around. So you can say overall that NGX have a so much better performance, and there are also certain heroics, right? Jump winning the round for his team prior to the 5-3 scoreline, and then you have Dew, who basically won the entire set for his team because of this one flank.
And this, of course, was the crazy final nail in the coffin that broke their positioning instantly. And with you finding that, which is so shocking, right? The guy could barely do anything from the previous game. But of course, we can shine the spotlight on Stop instead, who does manage to walk away with the most number of eliminations, 9 in total, through 5,261 damage. And it is his pet that allows the extra bit of information to flow from the side of attack all around to the players of Enigma Galaxy.
I mean, we also wanted to see Dew kind of come back into the equation.
Yeah.
You know, he did a great job in recovering on Nextera. But I think this is just the beginning. We're going back to Bermuda next. That's where Attack All Around delivered a 6-0 scoreline to NGX.
And if that happens again, I will actually be very, very shocked, because there's just clear dominance in terms of maps, and that's not something I expected to see here at the Clash Squad C Cup.
I mean, when we started the whole thing last week, we did kind of discuss a bit about how some teams are better on certain maps, right?
Yeah.
But such a big discrepancy in top 4, I think that's the shocking part.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I expected to see it kind of be skewed more towards the skills that they use, perhaps some mistakes in terms of formation, but it's not that at all. It's just purely how comfortable they are playing on an individual map. Of course, once again, I'm still waiting to be proven wrong with that assessment. Maybe if the scoreline kind of gets flipped around now, if Enigma Galaxy can show up strong at Bermuda, then maybe they just kind of started off with stiff fingers.
Yeah, and if they can kind of overcome Bermuda, I feel like we might see NGX moving on to the grand finals. Right?
Oh yeah.
Either way, these two teams are teams that haven't made a grand final in any Free Fire event outside of the local battle royale.
Yep.
For a long time, right? You didn't see NGX or Attack All Around at FFSI.
Yes.
I know this is just Clash Squad, it's not your battle royale mode, but
Yeah.
in terms of the grand finals appearance, NGX last appearance was last year in Bangkok.
Yeah.
Attack All Around, that's more than a year ago.
Yeah, absolutely, right? And you are looking at the 2nd seed out of Thailand versus the 4th seed. Attack All Around is the 4th seed. And, if history kind of gets recalled properly from yesterday, Enigma Galaxy lost the first game.
Oh, yeah?
And then they won 3 in a row. We could be seeing a repeat of that. Enigma Galaxy, you cannot count them out just yet. They are feared for a good reason.
Could be just the late bloomer effect, right?
Oh,
Some
yeah.
teams, they take some time to warm up their engine. When you look at Attack All Around, maybe it's time to apply that baby powder to the rest of the team. I see it on 2 of their members already. There's one on one is very obvious, looked like white dimples. The other one was your tribal war paint.
I'm sure you got talked into that.
I'm
It's
pretty
like, you
sure.
see, I told you it works.
Yeah. Why are you not landing your shots?
Give me
Come
some
on,
of that.
Put some baby powder on. Back to Bermuda for map number 3. If Attack All Around walks away with another 6-0, I think we are going to go to distance.
Baby powder sometimes really does help. I mean, that's just the OG way, right? Because some tournaments, they ban out these finger sleeves. So if you've got sweaty fingers, you better be betting on your baby powder.
Oh yeah, I have been using a lot, because I've been going bouldering a lot, right? And we don't use baby powder, like we use chalk. So yeah,
White chalk.
for better grip. But if a lot of people find the same route, you have to run the chalk. The hold, I think they call it the hold, because then it gets slippery. But yeah, it also prevents your skin from coming off when you scrape yourself against the hole. It can get a bit rough, especially the fresh ones.
Fair enough. Let's see if or not a couple of rocks scratch the players of Attack All Around in this showdown at Bermuda once again. We are counting down the clock at Clock Tower as Jump boosts himself straight into the compound, and he will come across Stop. Stop says no thank you. Karoro shows up as well. Jump on for the pursuit. It's a 2v2 up on top.
NGX, they have to be ready to receive this hit, because Attack All Around, they are just coming in full speed ahead. It's a 1-for-1 trade so far. Both of them getting picked back up again. Phil got the good knock onto Foki, looking for some finishes. Foki bleeding out and finally finished off, and suddenly it's Attack All Around finding themselves in a huge disadvantage. Karoro getting a sight down jump, finding Caramel outside, and suddenly it's going to be an even fight unless they find that kill. And it ends up Enigma Galaxy now putting themselves in a better position. Jump against 2 members of NGX. If Fugo gets picked back up, that's going to be 3.
Poon God is not going to get saved. Jump has to pull up a miraculous play, but pistol rounds, I just don't see how that's going to happen.
Yeah, Stop just runs Jump down, and NGX winning pistol. A way better start compared to last time. And also, the backup from NGX
Oh yeah.
So much more efficient compared to the first Bermuda map. The attack all around, try to overwhelm them with speed and number, but this time NGX were able to hold.
I'm glad to see this is the case for game number 3. Enigma Galaxy showing that they can put up a fight on Bermuda, attack all around. Caught with a shocker there. Jump with the only one to walk away with an elimination. The rest of them all got picked right back up. And you gotta love seeing the rate of recovery from the side of Enigma Galaxy. They kept losing players, but as quickly as that, they kept getting them right back up on their feet.
Yeah, you gotta love the adjustment from Enigma Galaxy for sure. Attack all around. I mean, they definitely have been neutered a little bit in terms of that aggression. They were, you know, full speed ahead, guns blazing on map 1. Map 2, NGX started to punish them a little bit, and right now you see attack all around. They are giving NGX the respect that they deserve.
Both teams. Slow repositioning. Poongod alongside Kororo. Waiting for the information, and it will be a quick shot. Caramel due really low on that HP already, and they're going to go in for the flush. Caramel flanking around from the right-hand side as well. Can he grab Stop and put him out of this equation? Pokey's going to be in a lot of trouble, and Poongod out of nowhere saves the day.
Yeah.
Stop had a Bison.
Lovely support from Poongod from behind, but now they're going to lose jump in return. NGX not letting attack all around walk away free with these kills, and Poongod not able to finish off Kororo thanks to Orion, but it doesn't matter. Poongod just spraying him down with Bison, attack all around, put in the bad spot. Foki, crucial knock for Foki, gets traded back by Poongod. It's going to be Poongod up against 2 members of NGX, making 3 as Duke gets picked back up. The same exact scenario.
And that's it. That's the no-go here. He's got a pistol. Earlier, Foki was very lucky to be able to pick off that Bison off of his opponent's Stop, but he kind of wastes that out in the open. Doesn't even play for trades. He literally takes one down and instantly gets put out. Players on the side of Enigma Galaxy get picked right back up. Advantage to Enigma Galaxy. Given away by that sloppy play. Attack all around now, showing multiple signs of weakness.
Yeah, NGX, maybe it's true, right? Maybe just dropping game 1 and afterwards they just completely demolish their opponents. 2-0, NGX. So it's going to be a tricky one. To watch out for Dew. See if you can start getting their snipes in him against Kororo. That is the matchup that we are focusing on, aside from Poongod and Stop. And so far, I mean, NGX, they have been really finding a way to stop the aggression of Jump, especially.
Oh, Kororo has been spotted out already. If he gets taken out of the equation, that's going to be advantage instantly to the side of Enigma Galaxy. Kororo, does he know where Dew is? It's all going to be shown based on where he scopes in. Of course, Poongod right in front of him. Kororo wants to be able to take a pot shot at him as well, but neither one's going to connect. Poongod does show his head, and I believe he doesn't know Dew's in the corner.
Yeah, I don't think he does. I don't think he does.
Oh!
What a shot from
beauty.
Dew. Wow, catching Kororo on that rotation. That is absolutely huge. And attack all around, they're not going to be able to pick him back up. He is so far out.
Yeah.
And that's a free kill for Dew and Caramel. And that is the opening that NGX have been looking for.
Oh, that's too beautiful, man. Dew with his positioning. Attack all around just did not suspect them to still be at their spawn. Amazing. In terms of a trick executed. Stop now with the Bison. Backing away just to patch himself up a tad bit. Battle's happening out in the outside and instantly finds Jump. Poongod trades one back, but Stop gets Foki as well. Enigma Galaxy playing this on a whole other level now.
3-0 so far and not losing a single member. We know that we say that round 4 is the most important, but it also depends on the state that you enter round 4 in. And Enigma Galaxy, they are in a very, very good, position. And the Bison, in fact, rising in popularity so far. Oh, these,
Yeah.
I mean, they love the Bison so much.
And Dew's back, baby.
And he is absolutely back. 3-0. You look at Poongod, he is 5-0 so far.
Dew really had a terrible day yesterday. Caramel stepped up, but it will be fantastic to see Caramel getting a couple of frags for himself as well, without Dew not performing in the game. Stop now is going to be pushing up fourth, gets tagged halfway through. stopped as well as Fugod finds him with the Bison. Pokey trades Fugod out. A good grenade out of Poongod as he backs away. Low HP and Caramel finds him halfway.
Yep, puts the gun barrel straight to his skull for that shot. Fugod bleeding out, not down just yet. Good rush and Caramel slices Jump in half. MGS looking for 4-0. They are running away with this game, AJ.
This is so... I mean, this is what we live for. This now has just thrown all predictions out of the window. Negma Galaxy might just be going for a repeat that they showed us was possible against E-Arena yesterday, dropping Bermuda first and then smashing them back 3-1. A gentleman sweep on the line once again, courtesy of Negma Galaxy. Can attack all around, turn things around.
Telling you, man, Negma Galaxy just play so good because they sit closer to each other. Maybe we need to pull them in, not pull them apart, but you know, make sure they sit in a designated spot. I mean, anyway, you stop. Half his health already. Good nade from above. Poongod flushed out. Jump going for the rush. Dude is gonna be the first one to get caught. Actually, no finisher from Jump. Okay, missing the entire magazine, taking a while. As Fugod and Caramel both get one. Oh, and that is punishing for attack all around.
Kororo from the back is going to be making a difference. Stop put on the ground. It's a 3v2. Kororo still a menace up on top on the roof. Jump turns around. Fugod goes down. It's a 2v2. He's going to quickly put an end to Fugod. Caramel joins the fray as well. Stop right beside him. One sniper, one Bison. Who's going to get the first shot?
Crucial position for Jump to be in. He needs some support from Kororo. So if Kororo can get a snipe this round, ends immediately. But MGX, they're looking for a rush. Look at that, a sight in the hand of Caramel. Stop getting sniped by Kororo. That is exactly what you want if you attack all around. And Jump continue to put on pressure on the Caramel, and that's going to be it. Blue wall drops and attack all around finally finds the first round.
That round was all Kororo, but Jump was just cleaning up house. Kororo with the tags from afar. That AWM was just so annoying. First, from the top of the roof, he converts that into a kill. The rest of it was just all out damage being dealt, and Jump was just sweeping the rest of them off of the battlefield. This time, he gets a Groza to kind of torture the players of Negma Galaxy a little bit more. Let's see if or not they can rip away 5 rounds in a row.
Tall task, but definitely not impossible. An early connection. Look at Jump and Kororo both splitting out to opposite ends of the map. Jump again with the Groza. Should be able to get some cheeky damage in. Do will take first contact. Fugod as well. Both of them losing a big chunk of their health.
Jump going up top without watching his back. Anticipates attack from up top. Pulls out a good blue wall. Blocks out his front. Covers his back as he turns around. Pokey. Does he run through the full mag? Smartly He goes in for the reload before he runs out, and Poongod shows up from nowhere, getting a double for himself.
Yeah, I mean, NGX, what a weird position to be in. No resistance at all, just giving it away to attack all around. So this round is basically done. Unless Dew can do some magic. So the Orion's gonna get some of the health back. But Jump is very, very healthy.
He's going to take his time. Recover first. Dew, on the other hand, is not going to be as lucky. Fugod really low on his feet. Attack all around. We'll win that out. No problems whatsoever. Negma Galaxy had their beautiful 4-round runs. And now attack all around slowly starting to wake up. They've got a little bit of money to spend.
Yeah, it's going to be crushing for NGX if they lose this map, because they were so far ahead. Double AWM again. Caramel and Dew, as always. And this is the map where that AWM can really come into, can really help you up.
Negma Galaxy just needs to force 2 more rounds. And next era is going to be a piece of cake. Can they do it? Can they go straight up into the grand finals? It's going to be a very aggressive push from attack all around inside the factory already. Trying to get that high ground control. Poongod and Foki taking one of those beams each. Dew with the snipes. He's going to pull it out. No shots connected just yet.
Poongod wrapping around the corner as well. NGX,
oh my.
Pressure. Poongod caught off guard. Can't win that one against Stop. Foki comes in, tries to provide support. And Stop is going to look for the finisher, and he finds it. Fugon does get dropped, so Foki needs to win this one, but stop. Strafing is there. Caramel supports him. And that's going to be 2 for MGX. They also bring a Fugon back up. It takes some time to heal up a little bit though. The HP not looking that good for MGX, but Caramel, the healthiest member, going for a rush. Separating Kororo and Jump. And that's going to allow NGX to kind of pick their fights. Caramel getting his house siphoned, but the Orion able to get out of range in time. Jump getting the knock onto Fugon. Still looking for a finisher, and Jump needs to save his team.
Oh, Caramel just getting away with a sliver of health. Crazy stuff he got away from that Orion, and now Stop turns things around, puts Jump onto the ground. Kororo with the sniper all alone, 1v4. But this is still doable. He does have the AWM. He just needs 4 fantastic shots back to back, but unavailable. Game point for the side of Enigma Galaxy.
NGX, so again, just that round, very, very clean. Lovely push, switching things up a little bit, running straight into attack all around. That was what they would normally do to NGX. The weaponry double, AWM for Kororo, and 3 for NGX. Stop being the only Rusher.
Stop's got money to buy more stuff, but he's like, nah, what if things do go south? Smart planning. He's gonna reserve a little bit for the next round as well. Stop doesn't need much. That Bison's gonna be a lot. Poongod's gonna be met halfway. It's a 1v2. Fugon alongside Stop as well. Both of them rush on in. But he's gonna abandon the site instantly, and a grenade tossed in from the rest of his team members just to keep Enigma Galaxy on the back foot.
Not fighting anything just yet. NGX waiting very patiently. Poongon has info where Kororo is. Kororo's going to immediately evacuate that area as Dew pushed himself on top of the balcony, as always, to fish for some sort of kills. Poongon is getting a lot of info for his team.
Lots of information he can't work around with just yet. Poongod, such tight angles. Does manage to sneak in a couple of shots as well. Calls Jump for a little bit of backup. He arrives in the nick of time. Do they go in for a rush? Glue wall melter. Gonna be sent in first. No tags in. Jump circles around. All of those glue walls just gonna be the perfect defense, and he pulls one out so that Fugon can't turn the tables on him.
Glue wall melter is going to be thrown in as well, so Jump gonna lose that protection. NGX getting pressure left, right, center. Jump ends up going down again. Good backup from Fugon from behind. And that's the Rusher. Caramel traded back by Kororo as Poongon under heavy fire right now. Fugon getting dropped. Is stopped against the entire world, and Stop able to find one knock for himself. Is now Poongon and Kororo up against him, but Stop ends up getting traded out in a 1 versus 2. And Dew needs to save his team, and it's not doable. Attack all around, keeping it intact.
Masterful play through that Orion, courtesy of Kororo. 5 kills now, and that 5th kill was a thing of beauty. Enigma Galaxy can't find the finisher just yet. Attack all around refuses to go down.
Yeah, some fight left in them, but NGX made it very, very costly. Good news for Attack all around now, NGX, because they blew so much of their money for those AWMs. Now they only have 1. And that's going to be on Kororo. Everyone else will have a Bison in hand.
Enigma Galaxy, we saw the semi-eco round that they did run with. Not overspending. That gives them the advantage in this round. Potentially the final round of the game, unless Attack all around pulls off a miracle. Poongod spots out Fugon. Good trigger discipline. Caramel as well. He rushes on in, finds nothing.
Again, right? I mean, Enigma Galaxy just continuously playing this defensive angle so far. Just not let Attack all around get a jump on them. The grenades in hand, ready to throw out. And GX. Karaman's going to attack just by a little bit. Meanwhile, Kororo outside. He's going to lose a bit of his health. With 2 versus 1. Fugon gets a shot from behind. Turns the corner. Jump. Winning that one. And Poongon gets an absolute lovely snipe. And the support from Foki is going to be enough. Attack all around. Continues to rack up the scores. 4-5.
Mamma mia! Enigma Galaxy can't seem to run away with this one just yet. Attack all around. In the fight of their lives. And you gotta love that wraparound. And everybody from the side of Attack all around doing their part. Nobody's being heavy carried. Everybody is showing up today. That's all to prevent Nigma Galaxy from walking away with a free one over them.
Oh yes. This is the map that on pistol for the first set attack all around absolutely demolished Nigma Galaxy. UAV thrown out. Dual Melter is there as well. Poongod and Jump very far in the front. Poongod though almost getting punished by NGX. This time they were ready. Jump also losing a majority of his health. Caramel getting dropped onto Jump and gets the finisher. And NGX finally adapting to the aggression of attack all around, finding themselves in a very advantageous position.
Not looking good for Poongod, who got stuck in a very tight corner there. Fugod has the opportunity to flank around. Spots Poongod, who has his back turned against him. Dew's gonna lose his cover, but he doesn't need to worry about that at all. Poongod finds Caramel, turns the tables on him. And Dew's just a tad bit too far away for that backup. Fugod does manage to catch up with the rest of them. Dew shows up from the back, and the backstab just gives Fugod a little bit of distraction so that he can find that one knock. Both players rush on in at the same time. Dew finds Karoro, and that is just insane because the game is now all in the hands of Poongod. It's a 1v2. Nigma Galaxy, they lose Dew. Poongod low on HP. Fugod, he has to rush on in. Poongod goes down. Nigma secures game 3.
17 HP at the very, very end, and NGX did just enough to scrape by. And now they take the lead. 2-1. They've overcame attack all around on Bermuda. And that is the remaining 17% on Bermuda. The attack all around didn't close out.
And now, on Nexterra, we saw how it went to the side of Nigma Galaxy. We saw the fight. And at this point, Nigma Galaxy just makes themselves look like fishermen out here in the open seas, throwing in a little bit of bait. The bait was a 6-0, delivered on a silver platter to attack all around in the game number 1 at Bermuda, and then snatching it back 6-3 at Nexterra, and now 6-4 on Bermuda. This was a hard-fought match.
Yeah.
But attack all around kind of got caught out a little too early there, especially on the pistol round.
Yeah, I would say NGX, they were very, very patient, right? They've been punishing attack all around. In a lot of these games, they slow things down, attack all around. They got curious, wanted to fish for some information, Jump and Poongod being very, very aggressive, and always ends up in a crossfire, allowing NGX to get these early trades. But NGX, they also had 1-2 rounds where they speed things up a little bit. They run straight at the attack all around, catching them unaware. But like you said, it is a very hard-fought win. For NGX, at least, they are able to get this win. Getting this win on Bermuda means that Nexterra now is very much going to be the be-all, end-all for them. 100% win rate map, right?
I mean, absolutely, brother. 100% win rate on Nexterra thus far. Attack all around cannot say the same. They've got a 50% win rate. They have struggled a tad bit. We saw that in perfect display against Morph Team yesterday. Yes, they did manage to get a few rounds to their side, but not being able to take away a single game at Nexterra, exposing their weakness, and there's no way Nigma Galaxy did not take note of all of what happened yesterday. Fugod picks up the MVP title, 9 eliminations to 4,311 damage with a 33% headshot rate, and the Bison is clearly the beloved gun.
The era of the Bison, this is the most Bisons I've seen in a Free Fire match.
Yes.
Started from Charge Buster, but I think teams are starting to realize that, alright, Charge Buster, I get the one shot, but if I miss, I'm in trouble.
Correct.
Bison, not really.
Good rate of fire, great damage out of the gun. It's definitely better than betting all of your life on that one well-timed Charge Buster shot.
Oh, yes.
Missed the days of the Mag 7. That gun was definitely overpowered. Glad to see it no longer in rotation. Kind of miss it a tad bit at the same time.
Yeah, I missed the day of the Vector, right? Because nothing beats the Vector, right?
Nothing beat the rate of fire out of a Vector. I mean, one can argue the mini Uzi kind of defeats it a tad bit, but you don't have the firepower there, right?
Oh yeah.
Bison's a great balance, hence the absolute abusing of that gun. But let's see if or not the team of Nigma Galaxy can get this done 3 times in a row.
If they get this done, then I think a lot of teams will be looking at NGX like, alright, so game 1 is not a good indicator of where they stand. It takes some time to warm up, but once they come alive, they are a force to be reckoned with. And yesterday when they get this 3-1 sweep, it was with Dew having a no-show, right?
Yes.
And he's showing up today.
Yeah, absolutely, right. And Caramel kind of taking the back seat, but you know, if push comes to shove, he can step it up for the team. And what's interesting is the fact that Attack All Around hasn't really been able to keep up with the pace the way Enigma Galaxy kind of dictates it. And that's very shocking because it was that team, Attack All Around, that kicked out the two-time world champs.
Yeah, it was, and it's crazy, right? You look at Buriram X Evos also. I think it's fair to say that, you know, as much as we hailed them as still the best team
Yeah.
in the entire world, you know, they're really good when it comes to all these, you know, close range combat. But again, there are certain factors that affect how efficient you are in Clash Squad, and that's the limitation of resources. You don't get 10 glue walls per person. You know, you don't get you know, 10 grenades per person.
Oh, yeah.
So knowing when to use it becomes so much more important, and I think that's something that Attack All Around has shown, and Enigma Galaxy has also demonstrated. Attack All Around are put on the back foot, but the good news for AAA fans, they are not going to be out of this even if they lose, because there's still a lower bracket run tomorrow.
Absolutely. There is... The worst case scenario is they gotta play an extra series. That's about it. But at Top Flight, these teams, an extra series means absolutely nothing. Of course, that being said, an extra series could just mean an extra 1.5 hours of, you know, really putting your head into the boiler and cracking and trying to overcome your opponents, trying to play for your lives, because tomorrow in the battle of that lower bracket, you lose means that's about it. You don't make it to the grand finals, your journey stops there.
Yeah, no, part of me wants to see an Indo-Thai finals.
Yes.
It's a long shot though. I mean, of all the Indo teams, one team being there, I think I wouldn't ask for a better candidate. We'll see. We'll see who is gonna close this out first. Are we gonna get a game 5? That rests on the shoulders of Attack All Around. They got off to a great start, but NGX, they start overpowering Attack All Around in this marathon.
Hopping back into Next Terra as Team Enigma Galaxy is looking for the finishing game. Attack All Around, on the other hand, looking for one more chance at survival. It's gonna be stop on the lower ground. Caramel, Fugod, both pushing up towards the upper ground, but you can see once again Jump is the first one there to take control of the highest platform available.
But they did abandon one of the members though, so if NGS goes and scoop him out, this is still not going to be good. And Jump again punished by Dew. Caramel comes in fine, providing some help, but Foki is going to be dropped. Kororo as well. Poon got wiped out. Once more NGX finds the punish.
I mean, and once again, Jump was the initial guy to get taken down there from the side of Attack All Around. That just isn't something that Attack All Around has changed ever since playing that first time on that compound. This is the third time they're meeting at the compound, and Jump is losing it out in the exact same way.
It's almost zero fight, right? He's not fighting back at all.
Yeah.
And this is a problem. He might be the rusher, but you don't want your rusher to be the first one to end up going down without putting up a fight. And we talk about the first blood rate of Attack All Around being fantastic, but that has changed completely. Kororo is going to get rushed as on the other side of the map. Enigma Galaxy, they have Fugod losing half of his health bar. Dew also getting tagged early on, and Fugod continued to be under pressure.
The game challenging. Both teams asking them who dareth step upon the middle of the map to sneak out a couple of grenades and glue walls.
Who is going to be the first one to make that rotation? I think that is also very important because these glue walls, they're not going to stand forever. Fogi is trying to fish for some intel. Not sure if he sees Stop because Stop is in a good position to go for a flank.
On that lower ground, Caramel can punish Foki. Does run the secondary. Enigma Galaxy, everybody's on a Bison already. They are automatically the favorites to win this round out. Attack All Around, playing around with a pistol in Kororo. What a headshot!
Oh, and that is huge for Kororo. Dew actually getting picked back up, so all that effort undone by NGX.
Yeah.
And that's 3 of Attack All Around members dropped already. Stop. We'll lose. We'll get knocked down, but not finished off. So Enigma Galaxy recovers instantaneously.
There was no way Attack All Around was going to win that round. Unfortunately, it was just the pistols versus SMGs. From the damage, from the rate of fire, it was just a Nigma Galaxy all the way through. But this time, there is a force round from the side of Attack All Around. You see the 3 Bisons. You do see the 1 AWM as well. Kororo needs to keep the distance, find those shots. He's going to be the game changer for the side of Attack All Around.
Oh, absolutely. Stop instantly speeding himself up with the Awakened Alop. Find a position to play with. Look at NGX. 3 on this side. Foki realizes that he's under immense pressure, instantly starts backing off. Everyone from Attack All Around getting corralled into one corner. You see NGX can
Wow.
do. He's looking for someone to snipe, and Fugard, he's like, alright, I'll do this myself. Runs right in. Foki bulldoze. All I'll do is still looking for a snipe. I mean, Attack All Around couldn't stop them.
Fugard knows the positioning of these players. They played to the T. Bison looking for one. Stop is nerfed! And Jump with a great position takes the headshot. Takes Stop out of the equation.
The Jump just took 3 of them out. All I'll do is just waiting to get a snipe. Okay, he finds Jump. He needs 2 more though, and Poongard, he's on a conveyor belt.
Very doable.
Jump brought back up. All that effort once more. Undone. This round, most likely, is going to go over to Attack All Around. Even if the Ice Grenade thrown up and do no medkit available, only a glue wall. Nice Kororo, alright. There's a lot more though.
Oh!
Kororo finished off.
Circle moving might just be the death of him though.
Yeah, there's just no medkits. And they're just going to surrender himself to the blue. So Attack All Around, you know, is finally getting 1 round for himself.
Great that that was the case for Attack All Around, because that's the survival gameplay right there. They need to get this game to their side, or else it's the low bracket run for them. Nigma Galaxy is pulling a quick one over Attack All Around, dropping the first game, and then making 2 back-to-back astounding victories. Just speak volumes for what they are capable of in the competition. This time, Kororo going to be holding the back lines. One on the left-hand side flank in the name of Jump. He's going to meet you first.
See Vengeance switches things up a little bit. Food God, alright, bringing the trap. Start losing most of his health, but still alive. NGX trying to retaliate and overwhelm Attack All Around, but calls it off very quickly. Potential backstab, Attack All Around, splitting the battle line. Jump. Very good maneuvers to find that, and they just overwhelm the members of NGX. 2 of them already down. Poongard gets knocked. Foki also sniped by Dew. Finally, the sniper of NGX coming alive. Jump also getting knocked down. Kororo, the last man alive, and this time it's going to be Fugard that cleans it up. And NGS quickly takes back that round.
My, oh my. That one final stand by Dew. Fugard got that shot. Dew with the final finisher. It almost went south for the side of Nigma Galaxy, and Attack All Around could have walked away there. Kororo just did not know exactly where to anticipate the attack from, but it was a good attempt to stay alive. 3-1 now. Pot shots from the middle not going to be available to either side. Kororo is going to be holding down mid as Attack All Around sends 3 of their players towards higher ground. Nigma Galaxy chooses the option of flanking around instead. Let's see whose strategy equates in a victory here.
Poongard trying to jump spot, but finds nothing yet. And he has been the first point of contact for a lot of these fights. Always getting split by NGX. The grenade cooked up, decides against it. Kororo also fishing for some intel, can't find that either. But NGX staying very well hidden and disciplined. So Attack All Around, they're going to be the one going on an exploration.
And on top of that, Attack All Around did not manage to stop Nigma Galaxy from getting to that airdrop, which means extra defenses for Nigma Galaxy, extra grenades that Attack All Around needs to deal with as well. Jump, a couple of shots do connect, and Poongard goes in for the rush. Stop, could not get out of that one. Foki tries to turn things around. He gets tagged up. Poongard out of the equation for sure, but Jump losing his HP. Is that Orion pop on the background? And yes, it is Foki that gets taken out by the Orion.
Yeah, the Orion is doing so much damage. And Dew, again, winning the round for his team. That's 4-1 for NGX already.
2 more. And we have the very first finalist of the Clash Squad C Cup, Nigma Galaxy. They are phenomenally impressive right now, and they have managed to outdo quite a number of teams to get to this position.
I mean, you look at attack all around. Both Kororo and Foki have fallen off. Both 0, 5, and 1. Just not hitting the shots, not doing too much for the team. It's all down to just Jump and Poongod, right? Both the rushes to kind of salvage the set. But it's not enough. NGX, everyone is doing that part. Look at Dew. 8 kills for him. Fugod has 6.
Well, Dew being back, everybody else on the side of Nigma Galaxy can play their roles perfectly. And that just means attack all around pretty much stands no chance against them. Kororo, good spot, sees Dew. Jump finds Fugod. Is Dew going to get punished? Yes, he does. But no headshot. And therefore, Kororo allows Dew to walk away as he patches himself back up.
Now Caramel making contact. His teammate walled up by the glue wall, so Poongod gets rid of Fugod to start it off. Caramel, can he at least get a single knock for himself? It's going to be 2 versus 1, and it's just too much for him to handle. That's 2 dropped for attack all around. Kororo will lose his life thanks to stop, as NGX stabilized the situation on the fight a little bit. Dew a good snipe onto Jump as well. Foki trying to help him out, and Dew repositions, but Jump will get brought back up.
A good recovery. Poongod spotted out, but Dew does not connect. Stop sees him halfway through. Poongod does go down. Beautiful Bison plays. Gets ahead of the player. Dew now pushing out towards the outside ring. It's going to be Jump, who's on half HP. Hasn't been able to recover. Finally does so. Information will be given away, all thanks to the Dreki. Stop circles around with the Bison. Spots one out. Stop with a fantastic flying shot. And Nigma Galaxy make that comeback.
Dew again winning the round for his team. This guy is so good when he's alive. All these pot shots, those repositions, he's catching members of attack all around off guard. Because they had no idea where he was. They lost track of Dew. Yeah. And that's when he's the deadliest. 5-1 so far on Nextera.
My goodness.
Serious point for Nigma Galaxy as well.
The guy is on a 9.0 KD, bro. How is that even possible? Well, it is if you are Dew. It's barely dropped. It's got taken out one time in that round that attack all around won. Apart from that, it's just been Dew alive every single round. And once again, the one that takes away the first blood. Caramel drops Foki, Jump, trades one back out.
This is on. This is over.
Poongod, final survivor. Can he stay alive? It's a 1v4 for Poongod. Can barely pick up a team member, and Nigma Galaxy finishes the series.
3-1. A fashionable comeback. They started the day 0-6 on map 1, and we were like, alright, we have a game on our hands.
Yeah.
6-3 on Nextera. 6-4 on the third map, and 6-1 to close it out. What a performance from this team, and Dew, my personal MVP overall, this guy is definitely back.
And they did it again. Yet another gentleman sweep courtesy of Nigma Galaxy. Yesterday, they delivered the gentleman sweep to E-Arena. Today, to attack all around, they have defeated 2 of their brothers from Thailand. Could this be the best team from Thailand? I guess we've got our answer right there. Could we be looking at the champions of the Clash Squad C Cup right here, right now? They are your first team in the grand finals.
Yeah, and they get to just sit back, relax, and watch the next set, right? See who they are going to go up against. But NGX, they've definitely earned the spot, right? We've always revered them as one of the more aggressive teams, one of the best teams in Thailand when it comes to these kind of CQCs.
Yep.
The problem is that they have always been losing out on the macro front in a Battle Royale setting. When you put them in just Clash Squad, you really get to see how strong NGX are.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. And you know, I would just love to see this translate out in that Battle Royale games as well for the side of Nigma Galaxy. And you know, this was something that we were talking about yesterday. Contra and I, the conversation just kind of revolved around how in the world does Thailand have the capability of outputting so many top flight teams, man. They are not just the best in Thailand, they're dominating Southeast Asia.
Yeah, and the craziest part was that when you look at the first global stage of Free Fire, Brazil was the strongest region.
Correct,
and at that point in time, it was undisputed. No one can beat the Brazilians, and then Thailand show up now they are the best, and Brazil has, you know, in the past 2 years have been trying to get that crown back, but Thailand just wouldn't let them take it.
Nah, man. And of course, the competition has just grown to a point where it's not just one threat out of the nation of Thailand. It's multiple. Dew finally pulls away that MVP title that he definitely deserves. 10 eliminations through 3,701 damage. 20% headshot rate with a beastin in hand. Orion to back him up. Moko to tag up his opponents. This guy was a menace out there on the battlefield. Yesterday he fell asleep. Today it was the awakening of Dew.
Yes, you know, he was getting some good rest for today and tomorrow, and it's paying off.
Yeah.
You know, this a force to be reckoned with. But this is the match summary. Best of 5 ending at 3-1 in favor of Nigma Galaxy. They lost the first map 0-6, but the rest was pure dominance. You know, 6-3 on game 2, 6-4 game 3, and finally 6-1 for game number 4.
So similar to the scoreline that we saw yesterday as well. I mean, this is just insane consistency out of Nigma Galaxy to bait their opponents in with a flat-out loss and then shock them 3 games back-to-back, and that's something that you just clearly do not recover from. And in the Battle of Thailand, Nigma Galaxy has not just done it once, but they've done it twice. They have brought their brothers E-Arena as well as Attack All Around down towards the lower bracket, not once but twice now, and earned themselves a spot in the Grand Finals.
Absolutely. So Attack All Around, the journey hasn't ended yet, but tomorrow is going to be a long one for them.
Oh yeah.
If they win the losers final, they still have one more Grand Finals, that rematch against NGX, which they will have to earn. But for their opponents, it all comes down to our final series later on. Morph Team against E-Arena. The winner of FSI against the last representative from Indonesia in the tournament.
If Morph Team does manage to take a great victory against E-Arena, it might put them in a great position to beat down Attack All Around. Granted, it was Attack All Around in the 13th game that kicked Morph Team down into the lower brackets. But at the same time, Morph Team did learn a lot in that matchup. They learned a lot in the games that they did lose against Attack All Around. And perhaps that's going to be enough to make a good comeback.
And I think if E-Arena ends up winning, we would have a guaranteed Thai finals, but also we'll have a scenario where you don't get a rematch until you enter the Grand Finals, right?
Absolutely.
So I think for this one, it will be very, very interesting because you compare Morph Team and E-Arena in a Battle Royale setting. These two teams have completely different ways of playing. Morph Team is generally a more patient, more reserved team. They like to play behind, play from long range. E-Arena, completely different. They are the Rave Rabbits, so they like to run in your face.
They absolutely like to get in your face. Ma'al's going to be the game changer if he can kind of hold the grounds down and kind of maintain control over the map through his snipes. That might just be the game changer. But that being said, he needs to wait into round number 3 or 4. Round number 3 if he wants to force a purchase of that AWM. Round 4, a little bit more safer. But that means giving away those rounds, right? I don't know if that sounds like a good idea. Either way, Morph Team will show us exactly how they channel this out. We'll see you guys in a bit. Welcome back, survivors. This is the Clash Squad C Cup brought to you by Garena Free Fire. My name's AJ. I'm the Mustache down here with Husky. We are your casters for the day. Down to the final series of the day as well. We only have 2 best of 5s, right? It does take a while to complete this. Now, to the lower brackets. Winner gets to stay on. Loser, unfortunately, checks out in the 4th place. It's going to be the one and only E-Arena going up against Indonesia's Morph team.
Yeah, this is going to be a crazy set because we are looking at teams with 2 different teams with 2 very, very polarizing dynamics. And for Morph team, I think, you know, looking at competitive history, this is a team that, in a sense, is a bit fresher compared to E-Arena,
Yes.
right? You know, E-Arena, they have been on the big stage a couple more times than Morph team, but Indonesia by no means are slouches because more team, if anything, have shown in FFSI that they can also pack a punch.
Oh, I mean, it was a miraculous run at FFSI.
Oh, yes.
And I'm just expecting yet another miracle from them. I mean, maybe a little bit more. Now there are expectations. Prior to FFSI, there was 0 expectations.
Oh, yes.
They blew our brains for sure. Now that they've done that, I'm expecting something on the table, right?
Yeah.
So, best case scenario here, they get into the grand finals. Worst case scenario, I expect from them at least the 3rd spot, which means winning this is no question. Morph team needs to take this.
Yeah, and you know, you look at Morph team, there was a period where they almost didn't make it through their first series, right? And that was against Farah.
Yeah.
It wasn't the easiest of route. Compared to E-Arena, who demolished their opponent and went on to knock out our 2-time world champion, and here they are in the lower bracket, only losing to NGX so far. But of course, we're going to go back to the same map pool with Bermuda and Xterra alternating between each game, with first game being Bermuda. Morph team, they are the last hope of Indonesia. If there's any chance for us to prevent a all-tie finals, Morph team have to make it there.
Absolutely, man. And of course, that's exactly what we are kind of banking on, but it's asking for what seems to be the impossible. E-Arena on paper is the better team, but as I say that, we are looking at a paper now, and it looks like Morph team's winning that out, but I have to say, Morph team has had 3 extra games in comparison to E-Arena to pick up some of these numbers, right? 199 eliminations to 170, 27,000 versus 17,000 damage. And those 3 extra games, they do contribute quite a number.
Yeah, and a lot of the games that Morph team played were quite close, right? We are not looking at like E-Arena sweeping you 6-1, 6-0. Morph team, they always drag it up to almost the very edge of every single set, and that's why you get to farm a bit of the numbers. And you look at our head-to-head, we're looking at both Koja against Orgus, and you know, Orgus obviously in terms of stats is significantly lesser than Koja, but that also means because E-Arena were making quick work of their opponents.
These 2 players are the support players, but Koja's definitely the winner for me. 60 rescues?
How do you do 60 rescues?
The what? Versus 12. Argus has got nothing on Koja at this point of time. 56 to 44 knockdowns. You see Koja being the slightly aggressive one, a slightly more aggressive one as well. That's translated through the damage as well as the eliminations. But let's take a look at the setup here. We're going to have the Alok, Dimitri, Orion, as well as the A124. So it looks like Koja, as well as Pew, they really want to make themselves the tank out there on the battlefield to sustain the longest. Ma'al and Ambot going to be the rushes. Okay, Ma'al's probably not going to be rushing in, but Ambot's going to be the only rusher, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's probably it, right? Ma'al is going to play long range, you know, with that Orion in hand. So very, very standard lineup. I think this is exactly the same as what NGX were running. It's good to see that more teams are picking out that Awaken Alok and just running what NGX has. I feel like, I wouldn't say it's the most effective one, but statistically it has shown a lot of success. But for E-Arena, this is going to be what they are running. So without the Alok in hand, they're going to be bringing in the Tatsuya instead. But everything else is pretty much the same, right? Orgus, Puna, Limit, and Potato.
We do see a little bit of a difference here. Hayato in the hands of Potato. Keep better focus on buying some grenades if you want to see that kind of work in their favor. We've got Moko on the hands of Limit as well. That makes a lot of sense. Alongside Andrew here, he has got the Orion to pop. He brings in Miguel, who will give him the extra bit of EP if he can convert any one of those shots into knocks. Moko's going to give away that information, continuously torture the opponents, and you can count on Limit to connect with those shots.
Yeah, I think E-Arena, they already have a bit of an advantage because they are, I believe they're all, you know, donning the FWS Bangkok jacket.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite jackets by far. I need to dig it up because I don't remember where I stuffed it. I believe it's in my hoodie section.
I love it, but I'm just afraid to wear it because, you know, it might get dirty.
Yeah, it's white color.
Yeah, I really love it.
So I only wore it once so far, and that was on the flight back to Malaysia after FFSI. But when I looked at my wardrobe, I realized I had a lot of hoodies, and some of them are still in the package.
That is true. That is the same exact situation for me as well. A couple of hoodies from Free Fire for sure.
Yeah.
Always difficult to choose, but you know the varsity jacket makes it very easy to choose at the same time.
Oh yeah. It's like hoodies and jackets, right? Like I like to collect them, you know, for different game titles or just different designs. The thing is, I could never find an occasion to wear them.
Unless we change our fashion sense a tad bit,
To wear a hoodie tomorrow.
maybe we should. Maybe
We should. Up in game 1 Bermuda between E-Arena and Morph Team. If I'm expecting a closer one between these two. I think, you know, Morph Team is a team that they are not the most aggressive, but they are really good at punishing you if you are too aggressive against them.
E-Arena with a very slow approach towards the setup. Ma'al's gonna be looking for Protete. He's gonna be pretty useless with the long angles though, Ma'al, because he doesn't have the sniper, but he still wants to stick with the rotation around, and he keeps himself wide open to be caught out by Limit. Very bad positioning by Ma'al, and Morphe's gonna pay for it pretty early on.
And that's already 2 knocks. E-Arena trying to just clean up the rest. Umbot does get 1, but that's pretty much it. Pistol for E-Arena, very sweet and easy.
And unfortunately, that was all on Ma'al, because the moment he got knocked down onto the ground, the rest of the team members just scrambled to try to hop on right back out of the compound to go in for the save. Fortunately, E-Arena was awaiting them, and that instant ambush put them out of the equation. Umbot did find a good trade back, but no kills. Doesn't matter all that too much. They lose the pistol round, which means they start off on a terrible foot financially.
And E-Arena is a team that will overwhelm you. Like as much as we say that no more team, they are very good at punishing.
Oh my god!
What was that? With a pistol of all things?
One shot down. He was out of the equation. Guy didn't have a helmet at all. He pretty much saved every single penny from that first round. Nothing much to save in the first place.
I mean, the guy got knocked for like what, 300 plus damage.
That's it, man. That is it. What a play, E-Arena.
Even with the follow-up nade as well. E-Arena, wow, okay. 2 great rounds to start it off.
I mean, that shot was out of this world. And now Limit has got a sniper on top of everything else. Ma'al forces by on this AWM. He better deliver.
I mean, I didn't even know you could hit for 300 plus with a pistol. Let alone a one-shot knock. I mean, that is something that
The power of a
the
headshot.
power of a headshot.
Especially when your opponent didn't bother to buy a helmet for himself.
Yeah, or too poor, you know. Too poor probably is the more valid reason.
Nah, he took a risk. I mean, he could have suited up a little bit, but he wanted to just be on the plane because you don't want to waste this round. And this is the reason why. Limit taken out of the equation. Ma'al needed to deliver, and he did exactly that. Protete gonna catch PU off guard, but no elimination. Just forces him to use the medkit.
Yeah, very, very good snipe from Ma'al. They definitely needed that. Deliver a bit more. Potato forcing Pew to fall back a little bit, but E-Arena's aggression will be stifled temporarily. Koja on a good flank. Good info. Actually found out. E-Arena, how are they going to clear Koja? That is going to be the question. Double AWM for Morph Team. Pew and Ma'al both having 1 respectively. And Puna needing some time to heal himself as well with the medkit. Morph Team slowly surrounding the members of E-Arena who are trying to get onto the 2nd floor just so they don't get overwhelmed.
Where will they circle around? Puna finds Pew, who makes a mistake, stepping on out. 2 players instantly jump on it. Koja's going to be looking for one. Pew finds Orgus running straight to him. Can he find yet another? He does exactly that, and that was just way too easy for Morph Team to make a good comeback.
All started with Ma'al. Just a very, very lovely snipe onto Limit. Just get rid of the AWM. So no long-range support, E-Arena. Puna trying to save the team with the jiggle knock, but no finishers means then Morph Team will always have the numbers. And just like that, Morph Team has recovered financially. All of them having armors and helmet. Double AWM. Double Bison. Triple Bison, in fact.
How are they going to work their way out of this Morph team? They've won one back already. They've got enough financially to catch back up. Pew brings in the AWM this time around as well. Ma'al, great positioning, high ground advantage. Ma'al can be the difference maker here. E-Arena just needs to go in with a sloppy move once for him to punish them. Orgus has to back away with the Bison. Not going to get tagged up by the grenade. Good repositioning.
And E-Arena, what's going to be the plan right now? You can see both Limit and Ma'al are staying very far away, and Limit this time wins the snipe fight. And that is more than enough. Ma'al is going to be bleed out for sure. More team. Are you going to take those long range, those close range fight? Ambot and Pew, they're not going to win this. Puna just get knocked down. Ambot pick back up. The 3 versus 2. Orgus loses that one, but a good trade from E-Arena. Brings it down to just one. Koja, the last man alive.
Oh!
Koja with that one. Potato needs to save his
Oh
team.
my
Koja
God!
with the clutch for Morph Team.
Koja, born with the clutch gene. What a sweep. Out of nowhere. Managing to get the quick blanket over the heads of E-Arena. They couldn't see exactly what was going on. Koja wiped them off of that round.
I'm surprised E-Arena went in 1 by 1. You know, it's a bit of a...
It was like a Tamil movie, bro.
Basically,
Heroes standing there.
looks like most movies during a fight scene, right? You always have...
Wait for their turn.
Yeah, you wait for your turn to
Bad
get...
guys are the most disciplined.
Remember Ip Man? When he said he'll take on 10 guys, they all came in 1 by 1.
They respected the master.
They did.
Rotate, good tag. And Goja's gonna have to back away. Heal himself a little bit. Press Ambot on the other hand. Ma'al out of nowhere takes Funa out. Orgus drops Ambot. Not before Funa gets knocked down onto the ground.
Oh, that was a funny interaction. Ambot got stuck thanks to the glue walls. His head was stuck. His feet were exposed, so they just shot his legs off. And E-Arena basically stealing this round away from Morph Team. But it's unfortunate for Ambot. And that was his own glue wall as well, so you know he's kicking himself over that mistake.
What a close match we've got on our hands here. Back and forth we go. And it's only game number 1. Either way, they are obviously playing for their lives.
Of course.
Solid amount of money for sure, but they want more.
With the E-Arena, I mean, what's... For Morph Team, they're going to always have an AWM. There was always enough for an AWM. Thanks to the economy structure. Ambo already losing a chunk of his health thanks to Potato landing a shot. Ma'al has no armor, so any shot would take him out. Limit! Oh, just grazes him by the shoulder. They're going to use that to rush him. Very well done by Ma'al. Limit gets finished off, but Pew now stuck in the corner. Is so sucked out. Orgus down low. Needs some time. Limit as well, healing up. Koja going in for the rush again. Ambot with the ice grenade to down Limit. And they kind of equalize the playing field a little bit, but Koja ends up getting bombed, and Potato from long range will take down Ma'al. And Ambot finished off. E-Arena punishes Morph Team.
Oh, that was way too close for Morph Team. It was just a flurry of ice grenades from the side of E-Arena that all started off by knocking Koja down, and that was about it. Morph Team now, they do have the resources to at least beef themselves up for the next round, but they cannot afford multiple AWMs. Everybody just drops back for the SMG. A little bit of armor. Koja doesn't even have a helmet alongside Ambot. Headshots are probably going to be absolutely nasty if E-Arena can pull them off.
Oh, yeah. Again, right, the glass cannon. Ma'al has to deliver. Ambot and Pew both already tagged. This is not good at all. Puna is going to be an ice grenade. Doesn't matter. Potato, not even with the AWM, has found himself a kill onto Pew. And they also saw where Ambot is, so they're going to go for a swing, double swing. Puna takes care of business all on his own. There's 2 members of Morph Team already out, and that makes the job of Ma'al infinitely harder without any frontline.
Puna's just making this look so easy. Koja on a 1v1 against Orgus tries to pull out the grenade. Orgus just doesn't give him any space at all. Potato drops Ma'al right after he takes Limit. Guy gets picked right back up. Koja all alone, and that's about it for Morph Team.
Very nice bait and switch. E-Arena double stacking, so Ma'ao gets one snipe and the Russia just cleans him out. So Limit giving his life away for that one. Match point for E-Arena. After losing two rounds, they have just overwhelmed Morph Team.
Showing exactly who is the better one mechanically. On Bermuda, at least for the time being. E-Arena knows how to run circles around Morph Team. Ma'al did deliver a couple of times, but Koja woke up for one solid round. Apart from that, it has all just been E-Arena.
Potato playing on the side. Puna again frontlining this one. Does see, I believe, the back of Koja. E-Arena springing to your south, not giving Morph Team much time to set up. Pure and Potato trading health bars as Orga just swings the corner for that kill. Koja unprepared. Absolute demolition. Ambot getting knocked down. Orgus does get dropped, but Pew, he's going to be traded back, and Ma'ao once more left to his own devices against 4 members of E-Arena, and that's it. Game 1 in the bags of the Rave Rabbits.
E-Arena. A solid comeback, not making it look like it was tough at all. Ma'al always doing the job, but a little bit too late to the party. He needs to be the one with the first blood, but instead he's trying to get the saving shots for the team, but nobody else is alive to finish off what he starts with those snipes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, right, we talk about how E-Arena are just a more aggressive team.
Yeah.
And you let them take control of the games, it can go downhill really quickly, and we saw that exact example.
6-2. I mean, it looks like a one-sided game, but it was a good fight out of Morph Team. Every single round, it all came to that one little climax where there was pin drop silence, and then boom, you've got the music that hits, and E-Arena shows up strong, instantly wiping out Morph Team. And as we head on into Nextera, I want to think that it is an advantage for Morph, who have a 75% win rate here.
Yeah, and funnily enough, if you look at E-Arena back in FFSI, Nextera was one of the maps that they struggled with outside of Alpine. So maybe it's going to be another scenario, right, where E-Arena takes Bermuda, Morph Team takes Nextera, and then we have a series on our hands. But so far, I mean, E-Arena off to a hot start.
The probability of Morph Team pulling off Enigma Galaxy here with a 3-1 reversal is
slightly lower.
Yeah, it's slightly lower for sure. But can E-Arena go for the Juggernaut 3-0 on the Indonesians to prove to the world exactly what Thailand has to offer?
Yeah, I think that, you know, that I think a lot of Thai fans would definitely be banking on that fact, right? E-Arena or any Thai team. Like, the only team that can beat a Thai team is another Thai team.
And that stands true at this point of time. The only Thai team to get kicked out is the 2-time world champs. That's courtesy of a Thai team. 9 eliminations through 3,971 damage for the one and only Funa. 22% headshot rate. The favorite Bison comes out to run amok once again, and he was fearless as he rushed on in towards Morph Team time and time again.
Yeah, the new kid on the block for E-Arena as well, right? He has 100% initiated himself into the team. It's such an effective rusher with how aggressive he plays with the rest. You know, when you look back at back then when Shada was also playing at FFSI, it was the exact same thing, right?
Yeah.
You have this very coordinated rush. August and Limit were very good support players. Funa, he definitely filled in that shoes. You know, no question.
No doubts whatsoever, this is gonna be a tough fight for the one and only Morph Team, but I'm hoping to see that change around a little bit in Nextera. If they can prove that, okay, that map is a little bit advantageous to their side, they're gonna have a good fight, or else it's gonna be a quick day, Husky.
It is. We haven't even reached 9 p.m. yet. I mean, for them it's almost 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is still pretty darn young for our Thai players and Indonesian players. I believe the time zone is both the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see if Morph Team will be able to fight their way out of this one, right? I mean, they don't want to make it a long day, but they definitely want to win. They want to show that, you know, Indonesia's got a little bit of noise to make in town as well.
If you're in the lower bracket, I feel like you have to fight for survival, right?
I mean, they are.
They are. If it's the upper bracket, you can kind of be like, yeah, you know, we have tomorrow. But
The problem is I'm not seeing anything different out of Mob. It's the same old setup. I mean, if anybody else has been reading their gameplay, they know what to expect out of the Indonesians, and there's just no switching things up. There's nothing changes.
I think that you also kind of like, you're looking for them to take initiative, right? Which is something that heavily relies on Ma'ao landing his shot.
Yeah.
And you saw how effective, how fast E-Arena shut that down. And like, all right, if Ma'ao wants to win that shot, we would either do A, have Limit outgun him, or B, not let him shoot us at all.
Alternatively, I think what the team of Mob Team should be doing is, instead of sending 3 players into the center circle, is to leave Ma'al on his usual flank, choose either left or right, and they flank around from the other side. Not run in towards the middle, but instead allow E-Arena to get into the middle, and then they get the back. I mean, if that can be executed well, perhaps we can see momentum switch, go towards the side of the one and only Mob Team. Because if they keep funneling themselves in towards the center, E-Arena knows exactly where to hit them, where it's going to hurt.
Oh, yeah. And we have just the map for it. Transparent glass panels, you love that. Very good center point. And remember, when you look at the pistols, right? E-Arena just overwhelms Mob Team. But when it comes to this map, then you have a lot more leeway to work with. It's not exactly the best map to rush. This nade, only shipping Orcus a little bit. Mob Team rushing forward. Orcus just doubles up with his double pistol. They're doing it Wild West style. The members of E-Arena are all pretty darn low. Pew gets Orcus, but Puna somehow gets a trade back. E-Arena having the numbers right now. Orcus gets picked back up. Ma'ao in a fight with Potato as Limit gets rid of Pew, and Ma'ao was like, where is my team?
And Ma'ao, once again, a little bit too far away from backing anybody up. He wasted a little bit of time. There was no way he was going to take that 1v4 in a pistol round. And that's what I don't like to see out of Mob Team. I mean, what is Ma'al going to do waiting in the background, right? It's either you take that flank, you be useful, or just have this happening round after round. Mob Team needs to switch it up.
They lost all of their 1v1s.
That's terrible.
Yeah, yeah, it
and
is.
that's mainly because E-Arena had the better setup. I mean, they all rush in together, and there was a point of time where they did split apart, but it was a 2-2. They had enough firepower on either side to back up the other side. So it's just so clean from the side of E-Arena. Mob Team kind of losing it out.
Yeah, and now E-Arena have better guns for long range. I say that, but Potato clipped on the edge, but they're going to run into a fiery squad. Ambor really chasing for that kill. I'm not sure if that's the plan, my man. Chasing straight into his own death. And that's it. Koja is also out. E-Arena didn't clean it up.
My goodness.
And that's 2-0 already.
It was a good attempt. They didn't have the guns to pull it off, but they had the spirit. They got a couple of knocks. Instant recovery from E-Arena shows you who has got the quicker fingers out there and who's got the better ideation overall. Mob Team now has got a little bit of resource to play around with, but that's going to end up in a force buy. So it's a crucial round for them to win.
Back in Bermuda, the rounds that they won was all thanks to Ma'ala, right? Getting the first shot, and also Koja putting off heroics. So watch out for Ma'ala. He's gonna again play on the flank side. There are a lot more open grounds for him to go for the snipes for sure in this area. You see, he already has fired off. Limit is gonna be forced away by Mob Team. Not the best position to play in AW. And Ma'al paying it off, paying it forward with that one. So Limit is 100% going to go down. E-Arena will have to play with just 3.
Funa can't do much, has to reposition. Koja very aggressive. Finds a couple of angles with an AC-80, and that's going to be it. Ma'al makes sure nobody can get to Limit in the meantime. Protete on the right-hand side. 4v3 still means nothing for Mob.
Yeah, they're not phased at all. Funa is going down. Koja traded back. Funa instantly picked back up and knocked down again. Ambot getting a great spray down, and it's Potato left all alone. Orcus actually gets back up on his own. Maybe there's going to be a chance, but he doesn't have the help to work with. Ma'al closes it out.
And that's what you need if you want to get a victory on the side of Mob Team. Ma'al needs to be a little bit more proactive, but the position that he holds onto is just so sticky. And it's just a chicken or egg here, right? Because he's not going to get involved in those gunfights first. So in order for him to get the first split, the rest of his team members need to stay well hidden. And them staying well hidden in the middle part of the map is just not faring them well at all. They have to take initiative. They cannot just leave it to Ma'al.
Absolutely. Back to Rust Town. Ma'al trying to find some cheeky, fish on cheeky peaks, but the Arena instantly walking up already. Walking into the building limit.
Oh!
Good one. What a cross from Morty. That could have been deadly. Double nade tossed down to the low ground. No tags. Somehow, Pew trying to be sneaky but ends up getting taken down instead. He needs help right now. Ma'al getting a good nade onto the limit as August goes in for the rush. All the glue was getting brought up. August and Funa both go down to the 1v1. Potato against Ma'al. As Potato looks for the finisher first, prioritizing the kills, and that is exactly what he did right. And Ma'al forced to join the fray with that Orion, siphoning some health away, but even then it's not going to be enough. E-Arena, they should have map number 3. Ma'al, point blank shot, goes back into the Orion farm. Potato again, left all alone. Point blank shot for the AWM will do it, Ma'al! Finds the point blank snipe and a clutch again from more team.
Ma'al keeping Morph alive, but can you just win it with one high-performing player? It's gonna be a strain for sure. His back already hurting, and we are barely through game number 2. E-Arena, they don't really need to do much. They just need to wait for Ma'al to tire himself out.
Yeah. Just whenever you play a game where someone is performing, you just kill the top performer, you know?
Yeah.
Ma'al is what, 7-2, I believe. If they can get rid of Ma'al, they have a great chance of closing this out. But again, right, Nextera is their weaker map. So, more team taking advantage of that.
Funa really low in the early parts of the game. Quick patch up for himself as well as Protate. Limit gonna be clunked as well. No knocks just yet. He recovers. Ma'al clipped. Ma'al recovers. Can he get that though? Limit really low on that HP, and Ma'al finds the finisher instead of recovering. Koja's gonna get caught out in the open. A good trade back from Funa.
They definitely needed that one. Especially when they have weaker guns, you want to play fast and not let more teams set up. Funa will heal back up. Get a bit of resources from the other place of Koja. Potato getting sniped again. Ma'al is a menace. Pew also having AWM in hand, so E-Arena, they need to find this close range fight and spray them down, and it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Pew knocks Orgus down, but ends up getting knocked down himself once more. A 1 versus 1. Funa against Ambot, but Pew gets picked back up, and Funa now has to take on 3 members of more team.
Yep, one goes down, second one follows suit. Funa! This guy! First with a grenade, 2 back-to-back shots. Morph Team's players were picked up, but they were really low on HP. That was the advantage for Funa, and he got all of the right angles.
Yeah, Ma'al clutched around before, and Funa was like, I can also do the same. With weaker buys as well, the UMP of all weapons to win that round. Now E-Arena just stabilizing the money just a little bit, dealing some damage to Morph Team. Kind of back to square one, but at least for E-Arena, they have enough to suit everyone up with armor and helmets. I think that's the most important part. Ambot losing a big chunk of his health thanks to Limit from the get-go. And this guy has no helmet, so any headshots, it's going to be a knock.
How will they circle around? Protate getting very aggressive. Charge, Buster, double charge, does not connect. Triple, 4 shots now. Everything goes wide. And it doesn't even hold back the players on the side of Morph, but Orgus finds Ambot with the double revolver. 1 player tagged up. It's going to be Protate. Orgus with a backstab. Here comes the Orion for Limit. He stays alive long enough for Orgus to make sure Koja is put out of the equation. And Ma'al, as the sole player, has got the AWM to play this game of survival, but against 4 players, this is a no-go. Ma'al!
Again?
Still!
It's the
Second one!
All right. The Orion is so strong. He's back to full health, but not enough. Almost another incident of a heroic, but the Charge Buster, more than sufficient. 4 and 2 in favor of E-Arena.
But like we guessed, Ma'al, the only guy with the heavy carry, nobody else is waking up on the side of Morph just yet. You know, 1 heroic round from Koja with a mighty clutch, but apart from that, it's just been silence all around. E-Arena, on the other hand, Everybody's waking up. Everybody's doing their work. Limit barely needs to get those frags because of what Funa is doing up close and personal.
Oh, yeah. And he's winning with weaker buys as well. Right. And that is very crucial, right? Because E-Arena, they're picking the right fights. Playing it fast and not letting more teams set up. That's exactly what they needed to do. And now they have enough money, better guns, better armor also. Means that they can play a lot more freely. By the way, Funa has 9 kills. This guy is insane. Ma'ao, distracted by the UAV, ends up losing most of his health bar. Needing to fall back. And that means that a Morph team can't progress. They're going to take the teleporter though. All 3 of them.
It's a game of find your positions and wait for a little bit of action. Pew circling around, but Limit finds Ma'al. That's going to nerf them from the long range. The rest of the players on the side of Morph now need to get into a hell of battle and walk out alive, Pew, but he fights the Orion. Orion's going to keep his team member alive for a tad bit. Limit finds Umbot. Morph still hanging on for their dear life. Koja, the final survivor, really low, and that's about it. E-Arena, 5th round.
Oh my god, Limit doing Pew dirty. He knew that Pew is the guy that can withstand and get back out, so he just waited for him to do that and shoot him. Now you know that E-Arena are feeling really, really good. 5-2. Could be a 2-0 in a flash.
Yeah, yet another match point. No comeback for Morph at Nextera. E-Arena not showing any signs of weakness here at all, unlike Attack all around. Morph team really struggling, and the rest of the players on the side of Morph as well finding it a little tough to get those eliminations on E-Arena. Funa, very aggressive. Double barrel in hand, tosses out an ice grenade to chip away at their health. Has to evacuate as he eats an ice grenade off his own Funa. And he will pay for that.
Lovely nade from Pew, finding 2 knocks. But always are going to finish off. Funa pick back up. He's going to be hitting himself back a little bit. Limit, taking this contact. Trying to win this out. The Charge Buster. Oh, here's one pays off. But he gets traded back by Koja. There's still going to be a chance. Pew ends up getting back up on his feet. Funa now has to receive this hit. All 3 members of Morph team separated by just 2 glue walls. Potato trying to support Funa from the other end with the AWM. Morph team now, what is the next move?
Funa playing the game of distraction here, building up those glue walls, making sure he buys Potato more time. Finally, an ice grenade forces him away from the glue wall. Pew has got a AWM to respond to the fires of Potato, who gets continuous clip after clip after clip.
Yeah, these crosses are very dangerous. You don't want to take these chip damage.
Oh.
They finally do the boost and take out Funa. Gonna leave Potato all alone against entirety of Morph teams. Potato, he was spotted dropping down as well, so this should be a Morph team round.
High ground advantage. Umbot gets tagged up by Potato as he drops down. Lucky no fall death there. Ice grenade to take him out. What a play by Potato. Ideation is there, but Umbot finishes it off.
Koja also got tagged when he decided to go for the drop, so this was quite close, even though Morph team walked away with 3 members alive.
E-Arena still looking for the finisher. Morph team hanging on for their dear lives, but look at who is absolutely stacked in cash. Morph does have enough money to buy themselves good armor for this round. Double on the attacking powers as well in terms of the SMG and op setup, but not all players are as stacked. Limit, long flank around from the left, and he's going to be the only one playing the distraction.
Oh yeah. E-Arena just need 1 more round to get that 2-0. Umbot might be overwhelmed. Orcus as well on the other end. This is going to be a 3-1 split for both teams, and make contact. Instantly takes down Umbot. And that is just the opening that E-Arena has been looking for. Limit does get traded back by Ma'al. Very good snipe. The battle of the snipers. Again, this time going to favor of Ma'al. The nade. Gonna put Ma'al in a bad spot, not before Koja and Potato.
Limit down on the ground as well. Oh, Koja spotted out. Funa can't find the finisher just yet. Ma'al, it's not going to be tagged at all. And Limit right beside him. Ma'al's going to finish him off. Advantage to Morph team to continue surviving.
Pierce gonna hide in this corner. Might be able to catch them off guard because he did see them coming through. Gonna be ready for them to receive this hit. Good one from Koja. Orgus ends up going down. It's Puna against the rest of Morph Team. And
That's it.
this time he had no chance. Ma'al cleans it up. Morph Team staying alive.
What a dragged out game we are witnessing. Earlier on, it was a 6-2 victory for E-Arena on Bermuda. This time, Morph Team's hanging on a little bit longer than E-Arena expected. But still on that match point, E-Arena is being held to. They just need one more to find the finisher on game 2 and set up a sudden death 3-0 for Morph Team to pretty much deal with. Funa now splitting away from Limit. 3 players on the right. Limit's gonna be hanging back on the left. Try to meet the one and only Ma'al. Protete engages early. Has to deal with it. What a glue wall to protect himself. 360 glue walls is gonna keep him kind of caught in for a tad bit. Grenade is going to be served up. Funa drops the ice grenade. That takes out Ambot. Pew goes down as well thanks to his own grenade. Ma'al and Koja. Koja really low. Can he get away? Ma'al backs up from afar, but he's the final player left. He pops the Orion as well. Funa waits for the timing. Ma'al barricades himself in, but cannot survive any longer as E-Arena brings game 2 to a close.
This time a bit closer, 6-4 on Nextera, one of the weaker maps.
Yeah.
But either way, it was still a convincing win. And this time both teams pulled off some great heroics. And Limit just giving everyone a fist bump. The finals MVP, the overall MVP of FFSI, still showing off his chops. But I gotta say, Ma'al is giving him a run for his money because the snipers, they are having their own personal fight on the side.
I think that's the most balanced fight between the two teams. But apart from Ma'al, everybody else just seems to be taking a very nerfed up, approach towards the team of E-Arena. Nobody else seems to be able to sustain long enough. Ma'al's always expected to come in as that hero to find the save at the end. Koja has a couple of rounds where he makes a little bit of noise, but apart from that, it's a very weak side of Morph that E-Arena has to go up against today.
Yeah, and I think E-Arena are taking full advantage of that, right? They understand that more team heart is not as aggressive. They don't take too much initiative. So E-Arena was like, all right, if you guys don't want to take the reins, we will take control of the rounds. We will dictate how these fights play out. And that's kind of like the story for majority of the rounds, where you just see E-Arena taking the first move.
And unfortunately for Pew as well as Ambot, they just weren't able to hold the fort for the side of Morph. Pew just kept getting knocked down round after round after round. Even up to round number 5, he had 0 kills.
Oh yes.
He just couldn't do much.
I mean, he got gapped by August for sure. August was completely dominating, but I think the match MVP undoubtedly is going to be Funa. Not only did he clutch around for his team, but I believe he ended the entire set 2 with massive amount of kills. At least 12 kills.
Yeah, man. I mean, this final round, Funa, I don't know if or not he got that final frag as well. It was Protete, so 12 kills for Funa. The MVP for sure through 4,966 damage and 50% headshot rate, which is nothing less than absolutely insane. You can see where he gets his speed from, you can see where he gets his buff from. That Andrew with the extra bit of armor, you've got Alok to back you up in terms of your HP regeneration as well. Luna and Kelly to get you around the battlefield quick enough. He's got the SMG, he's super fast. What else can you ask for in terms of a rusher?
And I think, he has been playing that role very well. And just, again, abusing the fact that Morph Team just are not prepared to receive the hit. And that puts E-Arena in a very, very strong position because we're heading into Game 3 next. And that means we're going back to Bermuda.
Back to Bermuda, and it is the final opportunity, maybe. For Morph. If they get it, they stay alive, they force another game, but they are now tethering on the very edge of this cliff.
Yeah.
One more small push from E-Arena and down Indonesia goes.
Yeah, it's going to be a scary one, right? I came into this expecting E-Arena to come out on top, but I also expect Morph Team to make it a bit tougher,
close, yeah.
right? Make it a bit closer, take 1 or 2 games, maybe give us a full series.
Yeah.
And so far, I mean, E-Arena has been delivering, but Morph team has been overwhelmed.
I think Morph's definitely trying, but Ma'al seems to be the only one having a great day. And that's just not going to fly, man. Everybody needs to be on their A game against the team of E-Arena. And once again, this was the strategy that I was talking to you about earlier on, Husky. They keep depending on Ma'al finding those long-range attacks. But everybody else from the side of Morph keeps running straight down the middle of the map. They're not flanking around. They're not trying to catch their opponents off guard at all.
Yeah, and across the coaching staff of Morph team.
Yeah, Susanna just high-fiving them and saying, please get the win. Don't embarrass me. Don't make me pick up the phone again.
One last pep talk. E-Arena was like, their coach is probably just chilling. What if they attended it without their coach?
The coach is already deciding what to buy their boys for dinner.
Coach has just made
Celebrate
reservation.
victory.
He's waiting at a nearby restaurant, right? He got some very good dish, got some som tam, got some pad thai, got some nice green curry.
Oh yeah.
Ready to treat the boys. The only thing that I think E-Arena has to work on is how fast they can end this, right? Because if they end this slightly later, the food will get cold. That's the motivation that they.
I'm still looking for Morph to step things up. I'm looking for them to kind of throw a curveball at E-Arena because they've just been too one-dimensional with all of their attacks, all of their defenses, all of their rushes towards the center part of the map. It's just so predictable, and E-Arena has them read like a book. Is this gonna be the final game on the second series, or will just this be the start to the comeback of Morph team? We will see in a bit.
Yeah, I mean, for Morph team, one last series. If they don't, well, one last set potentially. If they don't win this, they're going home, and Indonesia will stop at 4th. Again, just shy of a podium finish. E-Arena, again, straight down the middle. These containers, you see the ice grenade connecting onto at least 2 members of Morph team. Not too much of a damage yet, but that's allowed Funa to come in for the flank again on board.
Wow!
What was their response? Reactions to take down Funa, which he's gonna pick himself back up, speed away. Potato heating up, Limit a good name. Potato traded out.
180 jump shot. There's nothing better than that in terms of a response. Umbot, can he find that conversion into a kill? Nobody's pricking up Potato just yet. Umbot will manage to find that Funa with the double though. Pew and Koja circling around. Limit has got no idea where August is going to be finding a good position, so he chooses to flank as well. If he can get this timing right, E-Arena stands a good chance, but the boys are going to try to gather things up. Pops the Orion, Pew with the timing. It's a 1v2.
Yeah, Limit, great reaction to get away with that Orion. That could have been deadly. Orga still has a medkit, so he will need some time to heal back up. A Limit, he's going to take this hit already. Split from a team, cuts down Koja and goes back into the Orion as he gets the energy point back. Limit keeping his team alive in his pistol. Dropping low, but not dead yet. Both of them are super low though. And Morph team has just done enough to win the pistol round.
Limit, can he get right back up? No, he gets sliced down. Pew saves the day, but my oh my, what an annoying team E-Arena is just to take down and keep down.
And honestly, Umbot with a very, very good flick to kind of put the team in an advantageous position, because I believe that Funa should have gotten that kill, right? That was the golden flank.
And I think bringing Dimitri in has just been the best thing that E-Arena has done all day. Automatic pickups for all of the team members that get downed, right? That is just such a fantastic tool to have on your side, especially when you want to play a more split up position out there on the battlefield. And that also puts the onus of finisher onto the players of Morph. If they don't continuously shoot those players that are down, they're going to stand right back up and be an annoyance.
Oh yeah. I mean, Morph team finally winning their first pistol, so they are going to have a better buys. But we have seen E-Arena win with worse buys. Pew getting a good spray down onto Funa, and Limit, what a nade. Koja goes down, Ma'al goes in for the push right now. They need to make a move. Koja finish off. Funa, he's going to get picked back up. Slightly.
Oh,
right.
finisher.
Finally finished off. Potato Not gonna win that one against Ma'al. Ma'al just has the better gun. Pew though, Orga shoots him with the pistol. Pew gets traded out. It's a 2 versus 2.
Ma'al does find that finisher as well. Ambot a little bit too close to the rest of the team members of E-Arena. Ma'al playing it from the back lines. Has got the assault rifle in hand. Limit can make quick work of them. It all has to be about the timing of Ambot engaging and Ma'al backing him up.
Yeah, Ambot, he's gonna get pincered. Where is Ma'al when you need him? Lovely shot to get Orgas down. So it's between him and Limit. Of course, Ma'al does have the better gun, but Limit was able to pick one up himself. Finishes off Ambot first. Both of them have nothing. Both the snipers in a standoff.
Limit has medkits.
6 of them.
Ma'al,
And he has the Orion. I mean, both of them are Orion.
Ma'al has nothing to work around with. Orion's going to be popped a little too early there. That means Ma'al has got no backup whatsoever. Needs to run in to Limit. Orion can be popped again. It's all about the timing. Both players have got the exact same gun setup.
It's going to be the most
But
boring
Limit has got
standoff.
more armor though.
Oh yeah. It's going to be the most boring standoff ever. Limit making the first move and just instantly headshots him. Why not?
My goodness. I mean, he didn't really have that helmet to work around with. So advantage to Limit no matter what. Morph team did manage to pick a good one, but E-Arena, after a dragged out battle, secures round 2.
That is brutal because you're the fact that more team let E-Arena get that close is definitely a heartbreaking way to go. Again, we've seen E-Arena won with worse weapons and they have done it again. 4 pistols that converted into a round win. That means that now they're going to have the Bisons for round 3. Or more team, they're just going to scrape by with whatever buys that they can afford.
Who's going to get the first split this time round? Ma'al, as usual, on the hunt. Can he find the connection? Plays the MAC-10 this time. Ma'al going to go for a CQC. Let me see.
Again, he's the one carrying his team. You know, 4 kills. Pew having 3. For E-Arena, it's going to be Limit carrying his team this time. Cheeky angle for Pew.
Potential final game of the series, E-Arena. And they don't want to take any sort of risk whatsoever. You can say the same for Morph.
Yeah, and don't have to, right? I mean, you have better guns. You're never going to lose a long-range fight. I say that Pew, okay. Good snipe with the Funa. A free kill delivered on the silver platter.
Just blocks out the entrance towards the second floor with his glue wall to buy himself more time. To make sure nobody finds the backstab on him. Smart plays by Pew. Ambot Ma'al. Ma'al needs to deliver. He's got a MAC-10, but he's so far away from all the action. Good jump.
Potato spots
Oh!
tries to punish. Can't find it. Limit forced away as well. Forced back by Ma'al. The MAC-10. He's doing some serious damage. Blues is going to force him in. Limit.
My God.
Getting knocked by that ice grenade. Orgus peeks out with the Bison. Gets 2 instead. Koja almost gets ambushed by Potato and ends up almost going down. But the Tatsuya Potato right in front. And Orgus cleans up 3 of them. All of his own. Potato getting shot down by Pew. But Pew is left all alone. And the arena once more clutches out around that they have no business winning.
My goodness me. E-Arena, that was just so unfortunate for the side of Morph team. Players just kind of felt like dominoes. Ma'al bringing in the MAC-10 was such a interesting move, I think, which clearly did not work. I don't think it should be a movie goes to the get.
It's there it is. So he's gonna have the AWM this time. Finally, back on sniping duty. Look at that Limit and Potato. Gonna go for a 2-2 split on the side. You hear that first shot by Ma'al landing onto no one. So he's gonna be forced to retreat just for a little bit.
Up on top of the roof, Ice Grenade is gonna force Pew away. Manages to pull up a well-timed glue wall to make sure he doesn't get tagged up by anything just yet. Armbot circles around. Orgus gonna meet him halfway. What a backstab!
Yeah, they tried to go for the
Orgus
trade.
finds it.
Morph Team tried to respond, but they were not fast enough. But either way, finally Pew gets rid of Orgus, but Ma'al in a rough spot. Funa tried to push him, and that it is. A sniper taken out. Funa taking away to the ice grenade, but not down just yet.
Funa done worked his way around spectacularly. Pew trying to find the trade now, and Limit just sprays him down. That's how you use the Mac 10 CQC.
Oh yeah, absolute destruction with the fire rate.
Beautiful.
Ambot stood no chance at all. Potato drops on him, but Koja, last man alive, and Limit, he's just gonna suck it out his soul. 3-1. E-Arena, they're halfway there.
Let me get the back-to-back, man. Mac 10 combination with the AWM for the CQC and long-range battles. I cannot think of a better combo.
Yeah, we've definitely grown out and away from the Trogon. And that was the week 1 special. E-Arena right now, you can see the economy not in the best spot.
Yeah.
But they're starting to build it up.
The exact opposite for the side of Morph Team, who has to wait until round 5 or 6 to find something solid.
Ambo didn't even take 2 steps and he got knocked down once. And then that's the guy without the helmet, so that was 100% a headshot from Limit.
Koja with the Bison. Timing is going to be crucial. Limit up on top already, trying to play scout. He's got the AWM. Anybody that shows up is going to be instantly punished. Rotate from afar. Finds the connection, loses a little bit of HP, but the recovery is not a problem at all.
Koja and Pew both have ran out of glue wall, so
Nice.
this is a big problem because the Arena can just start running at them. Ambo dropping low, Pew ends up getting sprayed down by Potato. And he saw retaliation. Umbot is not going to do it. Potato does end up getting dropped by Ma'al. But it's him and Koja that needs to keep the team alive. 2 versus 3.
Koja CQC ice grenade played well. Orgus trying to run for his life. And the glue wall just beside the wall disables him from getting the catch onto Orgus, who now catches up alongside Funa! And Limit with a snipe from afar, drops Ma'al, Koja goes down, and that's about it. E-Arena cleans house.
At the moment Ma'al fired that shot, Limit knew exactly where to look. And just very good trade again. Limit really showing up Ma'al in the last 2 sets. And E-Arena are so close into progressing into the lower bracket finals to take on Attack All Around again.
We are barely past 9:30. We are 9:24, and we could just have the earliest finisher in the Clash Squad C Cup right here today. If E-Arena can pull this off. Grenade this time, round 2 be played. Funa has to back away. Good blue walls. Funa still gets tagged, double tagged as a matter of fact.
Yeah, he ate everything up, so all these resources from Morph Team didn't translate into anything, and that is heartbreaking. Double AWM for them, Ma'al and Pew both holding 1, and Pew,
Ooh.
okay, making it work, but Potato instantly brought back up. Orgus doing the deed. They're going to go in for the rush. Orgus surrounded by 3 members of Morph Team. They need to convert this right now, and Pew once more lands the shot that he needs to find. Ambot does end up going down. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Orgus somehow picks himself back up again. Ma'al is going to get ambushed by Limit, and Limit's going to have the Orion after this. Ma'al ends up getting dropped. All that effort from Morph Team for nothing.
Absolutely. Koja and Pew still alive and kicking though. Protete put down onto the ground once again, but Funa does the work from afar. Koja taken out and Pew snuffed out. E-Arena on series point.
Wow. I mean, that is heartbreaking for Morph Team. They did everything right, and they just could not cross the line. They just needed 1 more. Couldn't get any finishes. Couldn't get it done. And now they're going into the last round. This is the Hail Mary. The flame is burning up for Morph Team.
You can say the Hail Mary, the Our Father. Pray the whole decade of Rosary. You are not going to make it out of this one. E-Arena. Series point. 4 opportunities to convert. And it looks impossible for Morph to push them into a round number 11 when Protete opens up with a fantastic headshot. Puts an elimination to that as well. That's gonna nerf them instantly. Gets the click onto Ma'al. Protede has got the Mag 7 to do the number on him as well. Funa turns around. Bison sprays down the player. Can he get a double? August backs him up. Ampot down on the ground. Ma'al, final survivor.
Yeah, and that's it. Ma'al once more. The entire team on his back. And he just decides to decide how he dies, I guess. So E-Arena, they're gonna knock out more team in what a fashionable way.
Oh my goodness, that was way too quick.
3-0, and that one round that more team got was all that they could afford. And of course, Limit
Unexpected.
posing for the camera again. Just the usual, just another day in the office.
The Thai teams showing that they are absolutely untouchable in Southeast Asia.
E-Arena,
God, knocked down by attack all around, eliminated by E-Arena.
they're gonna. I mean, this is as far as Indonesian goes. 4 plays, just 1 spot shy of a podium finish. E-Arena, they're gonna earn that slot in the lower bracket finals to go up against Attack all around tomorrow. And whoever wins that earns a rematch against NGX.
E-Arena does not know exactly what they can expect from tomorrow. Attack all around is not going to be an easy one. Nigma Galaxy made quick work of E-Arena. Now the 2 losers who couldn't get it done against Nigma Galaxy have to go up against each other and find their way back into the grand finals, only to go up against Nigma Galaxy once again.
In a best of 7.
Yeah, man, and I don't know because neither team from the side of Thailand, apart from Nigma Galaxy, have actually shown that they've got full map mastery over both Bermuda and Nextera.
And the only difference is that Nigma Galaxy is more proficient on Nextera compared to both E-Arena and Attack all around. But man, you get more team, they just collapsed in this match. I honestly feel like round 6 was their best chance of starting a comeback, but I mean, Pew did everything right and it was not enough.
It wasn't at all, and Koja and Ambot pretty much didn't show up today. They didn't find those kills. They didn't find any bit of elimination to help the team out at all. Ma'al was trying to do a lot of heavy lifting, but there is a limit for him as well. Speaking of limit, the MVP from the side of E-Arena, 8 eliminations to 6,342, massive amount of damage, 25% headshot rate. Doesn't matter because every single time he connected with a shot, the rest of his team members found the finishes.
And this guy is at his peak right now, the peak of his career, peak of his performance, and he is still going strong. This is our match summary, a 3-0 sweep. E-Arena 6-2, 6-4, 6-1.
Getting more and more convincing on Bermuda. E-Arena wants to think that they have a good chance to get back into the grand finals for a back-to-back. 2 back-to-back events, number 1 spot. I mean, who doesn't want something like that?
I mean, there's a good chance that happens right now because E-Arena, they're 1 step closer. If anything, they have already guaranteed themselves a top 3 finish. Right? They are gonna play the lower bracket finals tomorrow against Attack all around, and winner takes on NGX for the motherload of the prize pool, and also the glory to call themselves champions of the first ever Clash Squad C Cup. But either way, top 3 Thai team.
At this point in time, we gotta edit the name of the event a little bit. This is Clash Squad, the Thai
Cup. This is the Thai Cup.
This is the Thai Cup. I mean, Southeast Asia is shaped by Thailand at the moment, as far as Free Fire is concerned. And dude, if it wasn't for a Thailand versus Thailand in the preliminary rounds, we would have had 4 Thailand finalists.
100%.
That's insane to think. I mean, once again, what is Thailand cooking up to produce so many great talents? This has to be something that the other regions have to be a little bit curious about and find some way of matching up to.
And I think the region that was able to match up to them so far is between Indonesia and Vietnam, right? I would say Indonesia comes in second, and I say that very loosely because second and the gap between second and first is still pretty huge.
And that is just so insane, right? I mean, it's high time some of these other regions, you know, during the off-season, sends their team over to Thailand to practice alongside some of these Thai champions, because if you can't beat them, you gotta sure as hell learn from them.
And I think the craziest part for Southeast Asia Free Fire was that there has not been any import. At least for Malaysia, there's one, right? That was for Axis Esport, but that's pretty much it. Every other region plays with with players from the same country, right? Viet teams have full Vietnam roster, Indonesia has full Indo roster, Thai team have full Thai rosters. So I think maybe down the road we might see Thai imports. I don't know if that's going to be happening, maybe a Thai coach, but if it does happen, maybe that's the evolution that we need.
It must be something in the water that these Thai players drink, dude. Other regions got to figure it out. We're going to take a closure to the show for today, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We'll be back tomorrow with the grand finals. You take care. Good night. Goodbye.